A knocking woke me. I opened my eyes. The room swam. Shaoi, are you in there? A woman's voice through the door, a sultry one. As things sharpened, my head snapped clear. This is the old house from when I was small. I clearly remembered a hospital, the tube pulled. Was the King of Hell's Hall built to match my family's old place? That thoughtful? Was reincarnation one-on-one service now? Was the underworld this overworked too? Shaoi, I know you're in there. Familiar, that voice. I bolted upright on the old fire Kong and looked at the tattered calendar on the wall. May 10th, 1958. That voice, Lu Huiru. This isn't the underworld. I've been reborn. Lu Huiru, a name I'd never forget in any lifetime. I was cursing it on the very ride to the hospital, the paramedic stunned, the body near stiff and still unable to swallow the grudge. She was the village's young widow, striking, fresh-looking, every man's eyes following her down the lane. Mine no exception then. But back then I'd never thought anything would come of it. Things never go as expected, though. This same old house, this same day, Lu Huiru coming to my door of her own accord. Young as I'd been, no match for a widow that practiced. Under her tricks I'd fallen, lost in her, and thought myself lucky, and the family's tragedy began from it. At her urging, the next day, I brought her home to meet my parents and swore I'd marry no one but her. My mother, already ailing, couldn't bear the blow and was carried off by the anger of it. To her last breath, she held my hand. Son, hear me. Break it off with that Lu Huiru. She's no good woman. A scar in me for decades after. Every memory of it making me want to slap myself. I'd taken it for prejudice then. She was right in everything. Later I learned Lu Huiru was already carrying some other man's child before she came to me. And when it came out she felt no guilt at all. Said plainly she'd taken up with me to raise the child safe to adulthood. My mother's death wasn't the end, but the start. 3 days after the funeral, my little sister Chin Xiaoyu was marked by traffickers and taken, never heard from again. Blow on blow, my father Chin Taizhan went white overnight, and in the Great Famine the next year, worn through, dropped dead at the field's edge. To build the new house the widow demanded, the family had emptied itself. To buy my father a coffin, my elder sister Chin Suchin had to marry an old bachelor in town, and my younger brother Chin Zheng's hatred of me grew past mending. Undisciplined, he drew 10 years at 16 for a fight, refused my every visit, vanished after release, never seen again to my dying day. The memories surged like a tide, and even now it cut like a knife. Father, mother, eldest sister, little sister, brother. My eyes filled. Last life it was I who deserved to die, I who failed you. This time I'll let no accident happen again. This impossible rebirth was heaven's chance to make it right. As for the widow, let her clear off, and soon. Chinny, open up, or I'll be angry. She angry? That settled it for me. Let me serve you the slap you so love. Ding, break their composure system, bound successfully. A system? I set aside the thought of dealing with her at once, suddenly elated. Its function matched its name. Make someone lose their composure and earn rewards. There was a system space too, locked until the first composure break task was done. System, does just hitting her count as breaking her composure? My one rule is I don't hit women. Lu Huiru accepted. Last life I'd longed to meet her again and even trained a while in kickboxing for it. Hitting is the lowest method. True composure breaking is an assault on the mind. Brute force earns limited reward. Host is advised to combine body and mind. Body and mind. I'd thought a smooth little combo would earn easily. It wanted more thought. What would it give? At the door, Lu Huiru had run out of patience, her face plainly irritated, cursing me 100 times inside. She was a rare beauty, true. In some later boom market age that face would have been worth a small fortune, born at the wrong time. She leaned in, raised her arm to knock harder, and the door opened from inside. I stood in it, looking her over. Her eyes lit at the sight of me, satisfied with the patsy she'd picked. Her aim today was plain, to swallow me whole. The show was on. I-oh. A crisp little cry. She feigned a stumble and tipped toward me. A move she'd designed, the angle calculated so that, but for accident, the next instant she'd collide against me. She knew well enough how I'd always looked at her, shy, unable to speak, eyes locking on her of their own accord. She didn't believe I could withstand this. One shot to the soul, this collision would all but take me. I frowned. I wasn't the green innocent of before. Her little trick was clear as glass. That's it. Underestimating me, surely. I stepped back half a pace. Thud. The widow, who'd aimed herself at me, dropped to her knees on the ground, staring up, dumbstruck. That half step, for real? Congratulations. Lu Huiru's composure broken, minor. Reward. 2 caddies of cured bacon, 10 points. System space unlocked. Goods auto-stored. By the system scheme, breaks came in minor, middling, major, 10, 50, 100 points, with goods to match. My eyes lit. That easy. I'd feared the bar would be high. First blood. Just like that? Couldn't tell if her nerves were that poor or I was that fearsome. Cured bacon's a fine thing, fried up with plenty of chili, glistening, mouth-watering, and rare in a lean age. Something wrong with your head? Kowtowing the moment you arrive. Early New Year's bow? I'm not your father. I've no lucky money for you. Congratulations, minor break. Reward. 2 caddies of brown sugar, 10 points. Again? Brown sugar this time. Low yield, scarce, even treated as a life-saving good. Hoarded. Ordinary families wouldn't dream of using it. Showy, what a thing to say, always teasing your sister-in-law. She rose, brushing it off, and threw me a coy look. I had to grant it. The widow had her methods. No wonder she'd had me by the nose last life. She leaned on sister-in-law. She knew men. Won't you ask sister-in-law to sit? Loath as I was, for the cause I nodded. Come in. Today I'd test my own weak spot. She came in easily and dropped the bar on the door herself. Take off your clothes. She froze at my voice the moment she'd turned. That's hardly proper. Direct as I was, it threw her. She'd prepared a whole arsenal and now had no chance to use it. Off or not. Impatient. Look how eager you are. A show of shyness, a nod, and she began. Then I cut in. Stop. She halted, looking up, puzzled. I said your top. Who told you to take off your trousers? Near walked into the widow's trap. Such a professional. She said nothing, only nodded and slipped off the floral blouse, under it a long-sleeved shirt. As she made to go on, give me the blouse. A frown, the top she'd understood, but handing it over? This had left the track she knew. She passed it, and under her eyes I took the blouse, bent, and began wiping my shoes with it. She gaped. She'd thought me some pervert with a kink. This was worse, beneath an animal. Ding, congratulations, middling break. Reward. Ding, middling break. Reward. Skill, second shot perfect marksmanship, 50 points. A skill reward? Second shot perfect marksmanship? System, what nonsense is this? Second shot hits without fail? Is that hard to grasp? And the first shot? First shot misses without fail. I had nothing to say. I half doubted the thing was serious. Give it back. She snatched the blouse, eyeing the mud on it, stricken. A blouse like that was hard to come by, save for long and mint as her battle dress today, used as my shoe rag. Was the fool an idiot? She breathed deep and kept her temper. Showy, do you know why I came today? No more waiting, a quick finish. Eaten too much and bored. No, I came to, I won't hear it. She blinked. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 20 Mickey Mouse milk candies, 10 points. Mickey Mouse candy, the forebear of the White Rabbit everyone knows, which wouldn't be designed and made until 1959. Here, a true rarity, more than even town folk had likely tasted, let alone this remote village. Her head spun. She half wondered if I were simple. How could anyone be so dense? She saw it now. A fellow like me wanted the hard approach. She advanced, step by step. Showy, I know your heart toward me. I came today to be good to you. Tell sister-in-law. What is it you most want me to do? Anything. Anything. Firmly. Mince me 10 caddies of lean meat for noodle topping, not a speck of fat. Then 10 caddies of pure fat, not a speck of lean, also minced. Then 10 caddies of soft bone, no meat on it, minced too. All in a breath. She went blank. Do you take me for Lord Jingguan to be tormented? Congratulations, middling break. Reward, a compound bow, with 10 arrows, 50 points. Delight, the compound bow, jokingly called one of the 3 common end times marvels, the pulley wheels at each end easing the draw and multiplying the power. With the second shot skill and this bow, the Shingon animals were in for hard times. By now, broken again and again, the widow snapped. She lunged, seized me, and made to shove me onto the bed. I sighed. I'd meant to fleece her further, but she couldn't hold herself. As things stood, if anyone saw, I couldn't explain it even having done nothing. Reborn, I'd have no murky tie with the widow. Between us, only one relation could stand. Enemies, and fleecing rewards along the way to revenge. Two birds with one stone. By the time she came to, she was sitting on the floor by the door, looking up at me filling the doorway. I'm tall, and the angle made me looming, sky-propping. Her face stung, a shoe print on her backside. "Chani, you bastard, you dare hit me." "Hit you? Who do you think you are, a shameless slut? I'd as soon beat you to death." Fury banked in me. For what she'd done last life, 2 slaps and a kick. No full combo. Let her off easy. Only not wanting trouble fresh Reborn stayed my hand. I shut the door without another look. She sat stunned, unable to fathom it. A stain on her whole career. The way I'd once looked at her. This shouldn't be the result. Could a normal man hold out like that? Inside, the trouble dealt with, my heart still hammered. No satisfaction, only relief. This was a great pivot of my life. The opposite choice, and the road ahead would change with it. When I'd steadied, I thought, the widow's already carrying some man's child. But whose? It had haunted me. Last life, once she left, she never reappeared. I'd looked and found no answer. Raised a child decades and never knew its true father. This time I'll dig the dog out. In this age, carts are slow and letters far. The man was surely close by. From her movements, certainly someone nearby. Quite possibly someone I knew. No hurry with her. By last life's track, she wouldn't leave Sanha village till after the 3 famine years. Time and means enough. The vital task now is to change the family's tragedy and stock up against the coming 3 years. A man from those years, I knew the famine's terror. A season that truly starved people to death. Congratulations, major break. Reward, 1 beast pet, 100 points. A beast pet? A cat-eared girl? Late as the concept had reached me in my old age, I knew it. I was a man open to new things. System, where's my beast pet? Eager. Beast pet delivered, please receive it. Delivered? As I puzzled, a knock came. My eyes lit. It knocks. A real cat-eared girl. The old wood frame scraped open with a screech, and at the small figure in the doorway I started. Xiao? Xiaoyu. I ventured. Not a cat-eared girl, my little sister, Chen Xiaoyu. Big brother. Timid, a wariness and fright in her eyes toward me. The first kin I'd seen since rebirth, my feelings near burst. Last life, before long she'd be taken by traffickers, fate unknown ever after, and I'd always laid her tragedy on myself. Had I not clung to the widow, mother wouldn't have died, and maybe my sister wouldn't have been taken. In dreams it cut like a knife, dreaming her under inhuman torment. I stared, the remembered shape merging with the one before me. This small, in patch-on-patch rags, 2 braids, thin, but with bright, darting eyes. She'd grow into a beauty, like mother, like our elder sister. "Brother, why are you crying?" she asked low. "Brother's happy." I reached out and rubbed her head hard. "Brother, that hurts." I made a show of fishing in my pocket and brought a Mickey Mouse candy from the space. "Open up." She did on reflex, and before she understood, the fresh, milky sweetness burst in her mouth. Her eyes flew wide. "Brother, sweet, so good." She couldn't find words for it. A taste she'd never had in her life. I smiled, but it was bitter in me. Then she spat the candy back out. "Xiaoyu, why? I want to take it home. Let mother and father and big sister and little brother taste it too, may I?" Watching my face, since it was mine to give. My throat tightened, my nose stung. "1 candy, split 5 ways. Xiaoyu, it's for you, eat it. I'll save it for mother and the others." She didn't believe me. To her this was the finest thing on earth, and 1 was already a marvel. 1 for father, 1 for mother, 1 for big sister, 1 for little brother. Brother keeps 1, and I had 1. That's so many. How could brother have that many? I said nothing, reached into my pocket, and drew out 10 Mickey Mouse candies. When the fistful appeared before her, her small heart took a shock beyond her years. Round eyes rounder, mouth in O. Congratulations. Chun Xiaoyu's composure broken, minor. Reward, 1 big black 10 note, 10 points. A big black 10, 10 yuan. A town factory worker made but 30 or 40 a month, so this was a third of a month's wage. "Brother, are you an immortal from the sky?" In her plain understanding, only an immortal could do such a thing. I didn't answer, only held the candy out. Brother, this. Take it home. Let mother and the others taste it. I pressed it into her trouser pocket. Pocket small in that age to save cloth, tin candies bulging it. She accepted, nodding, her small face solemn as if charged with a great mission. Brother, mother had me bring you this. She handed me a vine basket, a dozen-odd sorghum flour buns, a small dish of pickle, some blackened sweet potato dried slices, the village's staple. The buns were bearable, the potato slices hard as stone, truly hard to get down. I lived at the old house, but the family sent food now and then. Last life Xiaoyu had come at just this time, and I'd been mid-tangle with the widow, sour at the interruption, had her set the things down and shooed her off impatiently. What a wretch I'd been. Mother, is she well? My throat went rough. Of all, I'd wronged my mother most, frail from chronic illness, yet working without rest in and out of the house. My deepest memory her shape at the stove, wiping sweat, turning to smile. Xiaoyi's back, get ready to eat. Last life, she died even before Xiaoyu was taken. I'd not seen her in decades, the scene undimmed, sharper if anything, waking me with the knife in my chest. Heaven had given me another chance, and I'd repay all I owed. Mother, I'm back. This time I'll not let you go so soon. I'll see you safe, to a long old age. Father and mother and big sister have all gone to the fields for work. Then, sensing something off in me, brother, what's wrong? Brother's fine. I steadied and brushed it off, then realized, overcome at seeing my sister, I'd forgotten the beast pet. System, where's the cat-eared girl? It had said delivered, yet I'd seen only Xiaoyu. Master, are you calling me? A voice in my head before the system answered. Male, fawning. I looked round, and my eye fixed on the yellow mongrel beside Xiaoyu. No need to look, master. Your beast pet is me. Da Huang wagged and lolled his tongue at me, ingratiating, and indignation rose in me. A cat-eared girl turned into this. The sky fell. System, what's the meaning of this? I roared inwardly. Be calm, host. From first to last, the cat-eared girl was only your fantasy. The system never agreed to it. This is a proper system. Put away unhealthy notions and use it decently. I half wanted to fight the thing to the death, turning it on me. You owe me an explanation. Get out here, you dog of a system. No reply, only Da Huang nosing at my trouser leg. I looked down, a white-faced yellow mongrel, the old saying being a yellow dog with a white face, not for gold, though he plainly fell short of that mark. About 50 centimeters at the shoulder, 70 long, ordinary for a mongrel, with his sagacious look that struck me as not too bright. A mongrel, then. A cat-eared girl's nothing special anyway. A sigh, accepting it, though the words came out sour. Then Xiaoyu spoke. Brother, when I came, mother told me in secret, hidden from father, to have you come home soon. My old house sat at the very edge of Sana village, near outside it. No neighbors about. Years back, with wolves troubling the hills, my father had built a new house on the family plot inside the village for safety, and after the town's militia cleared the wolves, there'd been no need to move back. The old house left idle. Until a month or so ago, after a falling out with the family, I'd moved here alone. Brother has other things to do. I'll come back tonight. Even home, no one would be there. Better to hunt the old forest before they finished work. With the compound bow and the second shot skill, barring bad luck, I'd get something. Even a pheasant would better the family's table. Xiaoyu didn't understand but nodded. On the way home, she kept muttering, brother's so different today. But the 10 heavy candies in her pocket soon eased the puzzle, and she walked home careful, wary, as if a bad man might spring out and snatch them. Xiaoyu, where have you been? A woman named Zhou Dahua asked at the village mouth, curious at her manner. I took food to my brother, she mumbled, head down, hurrying past. Zhou Dahua frowned after her. What's with the child today? Won't even look at people. Big brother? Chenyi took things to that little wretch. No wonder, he surely cursed her again. My name was poor in Sanha village. Remembering my past doings, she spat. That boy's no good bird. Best he stay shut in that old house forever. Back in the old house, the widow gone and Xiaoyu gone, I had time at last to explore the system. Information surfaced. Name, Chenyi. Age, 18. Points, 240. System space. Level 1, 1000 points to upgrade. Beast pet, De Huang. Skills, second shot perfect marksmanship. So besides rewards, the points upgraded the space, my next aim. My consciousness sank, a spell of vertigo, and I was in the space. Not large, but bright and warm, a plot of earth at its center. Host may farm here. Time flows differently than outside. As the space levels, time flow and land both increase. At level 1, time runs 5 times the outside, land 1 mu. The system sets the ideal temperature by crop, and inside, crops suffer no drought, pests, or disease. At level 10, husbandry mode unlocks. Work hard, host. Something fell off. By the usual pattern, there should be a spirit spring here, the kind that drinks to strengthen the body. I'd read enough novels. Wasn't it standard issue? The dog of a system had quietly given me a stripped-down model. Protest got nowhere. On the spirit spring, the system's answer was simply take it or leave it. Brazen thing. I accepted it. 5 times flow was enough to do much. Wheat that needs about 100 days to ripen could make a crop every 20 days in the space. Used well, the space would be my chief safeguard against the 3 famine years. I tapped Beast Pet. Beast Pet, De Huang. Breed, Common Mongrel. Speed 7, par 10. Intelligence 30, par 10. Defense 7, par 10. Attack 7, par 10. Talent. Enhanced smell. Can catch a quarry's scent within 2 li speechless. Nothing at par but intelligence. What? You mean to be the sleeping dragon of dogs? System, can I swap the pet? Once bound, a beast pet cannot be changed. Stuck with him. At least the smell talent could serve, used right. It gave me a little more confidence for the hunt, but no carelessness. The old forest holds plenty, and as much danger. First the snakes and insects, worse the wolf packs, tigers, boar, black bears. Even a veteran hunter can end inside it. Grasping the system well enough, I rose and called De Huang. Come with me. He scampered up. Master, where are we going? Hunting. Hunting. He shuddered. Master, hunting in the old forest. That's a dog's death. I'm scared. I stared, hardly believing a dog said it. Master, I'm a watchdog. How can I do a hound's work? You go if you like. I won't stop you. Don't stop me not going. Fair, isn't it? Master, he yammered on. One more word, and I'll beat you dead now. My head buzzed. What in heaven had I contracted? A fool dog, plainly, but for the smell talent I'd have done for him. Master, can't we talk it over? Just don't make me go up the mountain. I'll do anything else. I couldn't take it. I waded in, fists and feet. Forced his work better. In the old forest, I willed the compound bow and 10 arrows out, black body. The pulleys at the ends, striking to the eye. Bit conspicuous. I muttered, no good camouflage to hand. Have a sniff. I kicked De Huang. No softness with this fool, or he'd forget his place. He didn't dare argue, sniffed. Master, you've gone 3 days without washing your feet, haven't you? A proper ripe smell. My mind filled with question marks. The fool meant to anger me to death. I couldn't hold it. Ripe? I'll give you ripe. I told you to find quarry, not put on this dying act. 3 hard kicks, and he was much tamer. Master, a pheasant ahead, about 500 meters. He set off. I followed with the bow. Round a bend he stopped, and where he looked, a pheasant, the Shingon's commonest bird, a grown 1, 2, or 3 caddies, about 50 meters off, scratching and pecking, well within the bow's range. A cock, by the look. The cock's gaudy, 5-colored, 2 long tail feathers, a touch bigger. The hen's gray, far plainer. No hesitation. I knocked an arrow, drew slow, the pulleys bending the limbs, my eyes locked on the bird, and loosed. Thrum, the string's dull note, the arrow a streak, and, as expected, it flew wide. The second shot perfect marksmanship took effect. My first arrow, loosed with everything I had, struck a tree a dozen-odd meters off the pheasant, punching clean through the trunk. The bird startled, but didn't fly. It turned its head, looked at the arrow still quivering in the tree, then at me, as if to say, that wasn't meant for me, was it? And only then flapped off. Master, did you spot some other quarry? De Huang's puzzled voice rose in my head. We were 50 meters from the pheasant, and the arrow had landed near 10 meters wide. The absurdity of it had bred the doubt. De Huang's words did little damage, but gave great insult. Was I now scorned by 2 beasts in turn? Absurd opening the door for absurd, absurd to the bone. What are you standing there for? Keep sniffing, find another. I gave him a kick. Master, if you want to hit me, just hit me. No need for such flimsy excuses. Aggrieved. You know it all, do you? I obliged him with a thorough working over and felt better. Master, 200 meters ahead, that same pheasant's scent. Beaten, he was much more obedient. Take me there. I gripped the bough tighter. At the spot the pheasant was pecking at ease again. Hearing something, it flicked an alert glance my way as if fearing a predator. Then, seeing it was me, relaxed entirely and went back to feeding. My chest heaved. I felt the bird's deepest contempt, no different from cursing me to my face. Master, shouldn't we get closer? De Huang counseled, watching me knock. Did I have no sense of my own ability? I ignored him, held my breath, drew the compound bow, the pulleys hauling the arrow back, my eyes locked on the bird. Time to wipe out the shame. Thrum, the arrow a meteor, straight at it. A flurry, a few shrill cries, and the pheasant went still. Hit. Master, what luck? A blind guess dead on. I didn't bother with the fool dog. I went and hefted it. Over 3 caddies, 2 of meat after feather and gut. 6 mouths at home. 1 bird was nothing. I slit the neck and bled it. Born in the Xin'an, no professional hunter, but last life after my father's death, I'd hunted the old forest a few times to live and knew the basics. A big wild bird turns gamey if not bled at once. I willed it into the space. There's a storage section outside the 5 times flow that keeps things fresh. Master, could you share a bit with me? When we've taken more, you'll have a whole one. Good mood. Rare that I didn't curse him. You just mean not to feed me, don't you? Wronged. Taken more? That one was luck. Who knows when the next comes? Think you're capable now. Thrum. As he finished, an arrow landed 4 or 5 meters from him. He startled silent. My marksmanship rewrote his understanding again. Wide by 4 or 5 meters at this range. Even with his head pressed to the arrowhead, I mightn't hit him. What worried him, I think, was that I'd dropped chivalry and used the arrow as a spear. Keep looking. With second shot, I'd no fear the first had hit him. And if there were an accident, then there'd be an accident. The fool's no loss. Hours on. Master's the best. Master, you're amazing. I picked up the black-billed grouse, bled and stored it, and turned on him murderously. Shut up. I couldn't bear it. A male dog saying such things, making me doubt my own sex and species both. 5th quarry now. 3 pheasants, 2 cocks, a hen, and 2 black-billed grouse, club chickens, far bigger than common pheasant. These 2 cocks near 8 caddies each, finer fleshed, the tail feathers good for industry, worth many times a pheasant. I was already dreaming of the meal home, grouse stewed with wild mushrooms, big cakes stuck round the pot, and my stomach growled. Master, can I eat this one now? Dream on. Flat refusal. All that praise for nothing. 2 more kicks for that. And I noticed, lately when I kicked him the aggrievement was gone. He seemed almost to enjoy it. Was that reasonable? Had something been awakened in him? A pervert dog? Hunting aside, I wouldn't dismiss his part in it. Without his nose I'd never have found this much so fast. I willed the hen pheasant into my hand. Eat. His eyes lit. Master, I love you. I'd have snatched it back if he weren't already tearing into it. The fool. When he'd finished I made to head back. Spring. But the northeast days stay short, the sun near setting, and the night forest is far more dangerous. Master, I smell a roe deer. My eyes lit. Worth far more than pheasant. High-protein meat, fat to render, good on winter chilblains, hide and antler of value too. Go. Over 2 li deeper in, he stopped. Behind a rise I looked. A roe deer wandering. That dopey, unmistakable look. A buck, by the antlers. Antlers of medicinal worth, though it wasn't the velvet month, a pity. Master, get it. De Huang was excited too. Hard to tell which of us was the hound. Before, I'd have kicked him. Now my mind was all on the deer. Roe are timid and keen. I raised the bow. 60 meters, by my eye. My bow's a 70-pound, effective kill range about 70, near the limit, and ahead was open ground. No cover. I didn't dare advance and spook it. A deep breath. I drew to full and loosed. Faster than any shot before, splitting the air. Hit. The arrow took the deer's neck, the terrible force punching through to pin in the dirt, blood spraying. I rose and followed. Mortally wounded, it struggled on, crying, but didn't get far before it lay down, hooves twitching last, and by the time I reached it the life was gone. 1.5 meters long, fat, near 60 caddies. Far more used than a pheasant. Bled, roughly dressed, into the space. And there was De Huang, reproachful. Master, I want raw meat. 3 kicks. There's your treat. I gave you a whole chicken, and you want more. Congratulations. De Huang's composure broken, minor. Reward. 10 packets of all-family spice blend, 10 points. I'd thought no reward came from the pet. Wrong. I looked at him. Master, what? What are you going to do? He backed off. Master, no. I'm sorry, that hurts. After some effort, I had to give up fleecing him further. The fool wouldn't break, and I couldn't stomach it. No more of that dying sound. It was giving me a complex. If I ever heard it in my head at the wrong moment later in life, I'd be ruined. For a moment, I even suspected he did it on purpose. Down the mountain. First hunt successful, beast pet attributes raised. I opened his sheet. De Huang. Common mongrel. Speed 8, +1. Intelligence 34, +4. Defense 8, +1. Attack 8, +1. Talent. Enhanced smell, up to 2 km. 3 up by 1, intelligence by 4. System Y. The pet's growth is judged by its performance in the hunt. Detected. Beyond locating quarry, the pet took no substantive action. Throughout it was thinking how to slack off and how to flee first at any danger. Hence the larger intelligence gain. I was unwell. So the fool had been scheming the whole time. I closed on him. Master, whatever it is, hear me out. He couldn't hear the system, but read my eyes. I'd no mind to hear him. And as I worked him over I felt, to my surprise, my own strength shift, small, but real. As the pet's attributes rise, the host's physique improves too. So that was it. I resolved then to school the fool properly, for his good and mine. He does well, I do well, pa. This time I'd go straight to the new house. The thought of seeing kin I hadn't seen in decades stirred me. What I didn't know, not long after I left the kill site, a middle-aged hunter with a gun arrived. Zhang Jingguo, famous in all Linshan County's hunting circle. He waited, no deer came, and frowned. It was here yesterday. A solitary buck in the off-season keeps to its range. Barring danger, it won't leave soon. He fretted. A full day and not one kill. 20-odd years he'd never gone into the hills without a catch, the pride of his name, owing to the careful marking of every quarry's sign on each trip. Today, the worst route of his life. Some wretch had taken everything he'd marked ahead. The sun neared down. Even he wouldn't stay the night alone. The deer was his last hope. He crept forward, examined, and found a patch of blood, buried but not from his eyes. By its size, the deer's. His sky fell. Once, twice, 3 times. Pheasant, roe deer, all should have been his. Who in heaven did this? Congratulations. Zhang Jingguo's composure broken major. Reward. A 12-gauge shot shell set, 10 birdshot, 10 buckshot, 10 slug, 100 points. The commonest rounds for single and double barrels. Birdshot weakest, for fowl, buckshot for mid to large game. Slug single-headed, longer ranged, hardest hitting. I'd no shotgun yet, and here were rounds for it. But with the compound bow a gun wasn't essential, so long as I left boar, tiger, and bear alone. The puzzle was who Zhang Jingguo was, no memory of him. I let it go and put my mind on getting home. Call him a kind soul. As I headed home, my father Chen Taizhan and the others returned from work. Before they'd set down their tools, Xiaoyu ran up. Mama, I saw Big Brother today. He gave me candy, so sweet, waving her little arms, telling Li Chui all that had happened at the old house. Xiaoyu, is it true? Li Chui, moved and disbelieving. Xiaoyu nodded hard. Big Brother's good now. She held out the 10 candies. Mama, Big Brother had me bring these for you. Li Chui believed it then. Heaven be thanked, Xiaoyi's finally grown up. My elder sister Chen Suqin smiled, her gentle face warm. He's learning some sense, my father said. He loved and hated this son of his. The endless trouble I'd made growing up, the fights, big from young, few my match even among older boys, the parents I dragged him to apologize to, a man never bested in his life, his good name undone by his luckless son. The reason I'd moved out this time. I'd gone to the county to find my second uncle Chen Xinghua. and the very next day got in a fight and split a man's head open with a stone. 200 yuan in medicine and damages to settle it. An unthinkable sum that emptied the house and left debt besides. My father had thrashed me, and unrepentant, I'd stormed off to the old house, vowing I'd pay him back myself. From Xiaoyu's words, he felt my change and was glad. Then a thought. Xiaoyu, where's De Huang? Oh, she startled. The dog that had been at her side was gone. He must have stayed with Big Brother. Anger flared in my father. Little wretch. I knew it. The dog can't change its nature. He'd stopped me eating De Huang several times before. Now, sure I meant to stew him, he stormed off to the old house, and finding it locked, me gone, his heart sank to the bottom. Beast of a boy, I'll wait right here and beat you the moment you're back. But I'd taken another road. Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken, middling. Reward, 10 lamb kidneys, 50 points. At the village mouth I heard it. My father, puzzled. We hadn't even met, and 10 lamb kidneys off him felt somehow off. I'd stowed the bow. I carried the 2 cock pheasants and 2 grouse tied together. Near 20 caddies, 15 of meat, a staggering amount for a village family that ate meat maybe once a year at New Year. The roe deer I'd keep hidden for now. Given my old reputation, claiming a roe would only raise suspicion. Chen boy, why are you back? 2 gossiping middle-aged women with rice bowls, Zhou Dahua and Zhao Dongmei. San has noted busybodies. Last life they'd spread the talk that I was a jinx who'd killed off my family. I'd no patience for them and made to pass. Too good to answer now. Just stay in that old house outside the village. What's he back for? It's not your house. I'll come back if I please. And lower your voice. Rice grains near hit me. Congratulations. Zhou Dahua's composure broken minor. Reward, 10 eggs, 10 points. Chen boy you. Then she saw what I carried. Pheasants. Disbelieving. Dark now. No street lamps. She'd not made it out at first. Congratulations, Zhou Dahua. Congratulations. Zhou Dahua's composure broken minor. Reward, 2 packets of refined salt, 10 points. Again, with her nerves, rewards came absurdly easy. In that age, the villages used coarse salt grit, yellowish and bitter. Refined salt was rare. How can there be so many? The other, Zhao Dongmei, gasped. Congratulations, Zhao Dongmei's composure broken minor. Reward, 10 caddies of fine flour, 10 points. White flour was a rarity, eaten a few times a year, white buns treated as a tonic for the sick. 2 of a kind, both easy breaks. But I'd no mind to fleece them more and made to go. Zhou Dahua blocked me. Her tune turned right round. All smiles now. Xiaoyi, you've really made something of yourself. Sister Zhou always saw it in you. Frowned. Saw what, where? Move. Lo. Xiaoyi, my kids haven't had a scrap of meat in half a year. Crying for it. My man's a useless lump. We'd starve on him. Never mind meat. You've so many pheasants. Your family can't finish them. Could you spare your sister Zhou one? Just one. Near laughed. For birds, and she opens with one. Never met such gall. I'm not your kid's father. What's it to do with me? A whole pheasant, not one feather. I brushed past. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 2 packets of chicken bouillon, 10 points. A fine seasoning in a later age. In this one, with only salt to cook with, it'd give the family a new taste. Furious but not daring to flare, seeing me about to go, she gritted out. Xiaoyi, give me 1 pheasant, and I'll do anything you want. The hint was plain, for a bit of meat, not strange in this age. I glanced at her, sour. You think you're worth it? Give me a pheasant, and I'd have to think about it. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, 30 caddies of fine wheat seed, 50 points. Chen E, you little wretch, as if I want your pheasant. We're going. She couldn't hold it. Off she stalked. A few steps on she found her friend hadn't followed. Zhao Dongmei had sidled up to me. Xiaoyi, what about me? I blinked. What about you? Shyly. Just 1 pheasant, and I'll do anything. I answered at once. You'd owe me 10. Her eyes lit. She was worth that much. Give me 10. I added, and left without waiting. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, 5 big black 10 notes, 50 points. 50 yuan. At this rate, 200 or 2,000, the debt was no trouble. But I set that aside. I reached home, and didn't go straight in, looking it over first. The earth wall worn smooth by rain. The timber gate with the faint trace of a red paper couplet. Rely not on heaven nor on gods. With laboring hands we make the harvest. My eyes traced every mark and burned it in, the place I'd dreamed of for decades. A deep breath. I couldn't master myself. With a trembling hand I opened the yard gate, and my heart clenched at the sight. Humble, but kept tidy and ordered, not a weed. All Li Chue's doing. I remembered. Every morning she'd cook, and in the gaps sweep the whole house, the heavy cough breaking through now and then for her chronic illness. Woken by it, I'd only felt annoyed, and after the family's ruin, that cough became the bell that tolled through my dreams, reminding me of what I'd done. Now I was back. None of it had happened yet. All of it could still be mended. Mother. Low, trembling. Mother. The flood broke past holding. First out was not Li Chui but Xiaoyu, who startled, then beamed. It's Big Brother, Mama, Big Brother's back. She ran into the kitchen. The clatter of the spatula paused, and Li Chui came out, wood smoke still on her. My eyes fixed on her, and I saw she was thinner than even my memory, shrunken skin near to the bone, 2 patches of unnatural red on her face from the long illness. Something struck my heart hard, a piercing pain through every nerve, my breath short. She lit up at me. Xiaoyi, you're finally back. Why stand at the door? Come in. You must be hungry. The food's ready. Mother will serve you. She came close, wiping a tear in secret. Over a month since I'd left, every day worrying. She made to pull me in, but I didn't move. She turned back, puzzled, and at my face she froze. An expression she'd never seen on me, my whole body shaking. Xiaoyi, what's wrong? I didn't answer. I dropped to my knees, weeping, choking out. Mother, I finally see you. I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have not listened. I'm sorry. I missed you. She was frightened and caught by it, her own tears spilling. Son, you must have suffered this while. It's all right, Mother's here. My sister Chinsuchin came out and helped me up. Xiaoyi, why kneel up? Mother's not well. Don't worry her. That steadied me a little. I rose and looked at her. Big sister, it's good to see you as you are now. In memory, she was mostly the worn, tormented woman married off to the town bachelor. I'd near forgotten the young Suchin was once a noted beauty. This time her tragedy too could be changed. I smiled at the thought. Mother, what's wrong with Xiaoyi? Crying then laughing? Is he possessed? Suchin murmured. Li Chui, puzzled too, scolded. Don't talk nonsense. What a thing to wish on your brother. Suchin nodded and dropped it. I'd gone to Xiaoyu. Did you miss Big Brother? Yes. Crisp. I smiled deeper, rubbing her head. Good girl. I'll make you something good later. Her eyes shone at something good. The candy's sweetness seemingly still in her mouth. Her face, all expectation. Last I turned to my brother Qinzheng, the youngest, Xiaoyu's twin, 6 this year, but with a deeper grudge against me. Seeing my hand come, he said, impatient, don't touch my head. Bracing for Xiaoyu's treatment, he refused it. Slap. But I didn't do as he thought. My hand came down hard on his head. A smack. He gaped, disbelieving. Warmth for everyone else. And this for him. Same parents. Why the difference? Congratulations. Chun Jing's composure broken, middling. Reward. 30 fresh meat buns, 50 points. A middling break already? An unexpected joy. Why'd you hit me? He raged. I glanced at him mild. To teach you a lesson, no fighting. Last life, Chun Zheng drew 10 years for a fight. This time I'd start from the cradle, strangle the accident in its bed. When did I fight? Angrier. Sure I was inventing a reason. Later. Flat. He froze, certain now I was inventing it. Congratulations, middling break. Reward. 10 caddies of fine 8 treasure porridge mix, 50 points. Another middling. My eyes lit at him. A treasure of a little brother. With effort I stopped myself from a few more slaps. My own brother, after all, better slow and steady. Master, you haven't forgotten me, have you? Boo-hoo. De Huang, in my head. I'd left the catch in him at the gate so as not to shock everyone. Mother, I left some things at the door, I'll fetch them. What things? Nothing much, a few pheasants. She startled, eyeing me with deep doubt. Pheasants weren't rare in the Xingan woods, but not for an ordinary family to come by. Only the village hunters got a few now, and then, rarely eaten, mostly sold to the co-op for salt and oil. I brought pheasants. She knew her son, plenty of fighting, but catching pheasants was beyond me. While she thought, I went out. The 4 pheasants sat as left. De Huang lolled his tongue, begging praise. I ignored him, checked no one was near, and drew 2 caddies of cured bacon and 10 eggs from the space. When I came in with them, they all gaped. Xiaoyi, where did all this come from? Li Chui asked at once. No joy on her face, but worry, her first thought that it came by crooked means. Don't worry, mother. I hunted these in the old forest. Her eyes stayed doubtful as she pointed at the bacon and eggs. These 2, those, someone in a village I passed on the way back, traded me for game. I'd readied the line. The Xing'an's vast. You can't hunt the same patch daily. Running dozens of li and passing villages is normal. You never hunted before. How do you know how? My grandfather was a famous hunter for 10 li around. What's strange in my hunting? But your grandfather died before you were born. Killed by a black bear hunting, a terrible death. I don't know how. I just feel a familiarity with it. No teaching needed. Pheasant and hare at least are no trouble. A mystic's excuse. I couldn't tell her of the system. To my surprise, she nodded. You Chins have hunting in the blood. Your father, too. Young, he was always clamoring to go up the mountain, swearing he'd be Linshan County's strongest hunter. I hadn't known my father had such a Chinibu face. Then why didn't he hunt? He didn't dare go into the old forest. Tried a few times, turned back at the edge each time. Said the moment he went in he thought of his father. I near choked. That, the man who'd be the strongest hunter? Cringe enough to claw out a 2-room flat. Anyway, mother, let me dress 1 grouse. We'll eat better tonight. She refused flat. No need. The food's done. Tomorrow your father takes these pheasants to the town co-op to sell. She took all 4. My face went bitter. I'd hunted them to feed the family meat, not for cash. Xiaoyi, mother's right. We ran up debt paying back your money. Settling that comes first, Suchin agreed. Mother, I'll find another way for the debt. You? What way? Disbelieving. Hunting. I'll go up again tomorrow. From now our family won't lack meat. With second shot and the full dog, I'd never come back empty. Her face turned uneasy, her tone earnest and pleading. Xiaoyi, it's not that mother looks down on you. Hunting's not as easy as you think. That was luck, a few pheasants. Even the most seasoned hunter won't promise a catch every time. The old forest's all danger. A slip costs your life. Hear me. Live steady. And once the debt's paid, I'll have someone find you a wife, a settled life. Hunting the old forest was no good lot. Only the desperate chose it. No family with any other way sent a child to be a hunter, and not one hunter near Sana had ended well, plenty as wretched as my grandfather. Mother, have father take the 2 grouse to the co-op. The 2 pheasants aren't worth much, and the family hasn't had meat in ages, and Xiaoyu and the little ones need the nourishment. Let's keep those to eat. I gave way on the rest, but I'd not give up hunting, the fastest way I knew to better the family. The real reason I pressed to keep the pheasants was Li Chui. Unless her depleted body was built back soon. In her state, she'd not last long. I knew her. Say it was for her, and she'd refuse. Frame it for the children, and she'd take it. And she did, looking to Xiaoyu and Chen Zheng, sighing, softening at last. Then stew the 2 pheasants. Right, I'll get to it. Afraid she'd change her mind, I took the pheasants from Li Chui and went for the kitchen. Let me do it. She didn't trust me. I'd cooked only a handful of times in my life. Let me dress a pheasant, and I'd only ruin it. Mother, rest. I've cooked for myself all this while at the old house. A pheasant's nothing. Wait and taste my hand. I went in. The rafters were long since smoke-blacked, but the board and the cookware were spotless under her keeping. In the big earthen pot was cooked cornflower gruel, a dish of pickle beside it. Thin fare, since there'd be no more field work tonight. I ladled out the gruel, scrubbed the pot, boiled water, and poured it over the pheasants in the basin. And the moment the scalding water hit, a rank stink rose. Wild birds are far harder than barnyard fowl, the feathers tough, needing the hot soak first. Xiaoyu watched the whole time, swallowing, and I felt both amused and a pang. The plucking had to be done in the yard. My deft work surprised Li Chui, practiced that. Soon the feathers were off, and she gathered them up. Mother, what for? Your father broke the feather duster beating you last time. These'll make a new one. No sense being caught short. Truly my mother. I opened the bird up. Heart, liver, gizzard, intestine all cleaned and kept, and a knob of yellow chicken fat in the belly, useful for the frying. I kept half the pot water for blanching. I'd bled the birds at the kill, but without a blanch the gaminess won't go. Then oil in the pot, the meat seared, and unseen, I dropped in the all-family spice blend, and the smell bloomed. In the yard their noses turned at once. This long without meat, the scent alone set the mouth watering. Mother, Big Brother's cooking smells wonderful. Xiaoyu couldn't help? Eyes on the kitchen. Li Chui nodded. She'd eaten pheasant before, but somehow today's smelled far stronger. Chen Zheng snorted. What's so good? I can't smell anything. It's only a pheasant. What's the fuss? He turned inside, but at the threshold drew a long, lingering breath, plainly loath to leave it. Half of Sanha could smell it. He could hardly not. He'd no love for me, and the smack to his head had only deepened the grudge. Of course he'd not admit it smelled good. I added water, stuck a ring of corn cakes round the pot. Pheasant's firm, wants 30 minutes, and stayed by the stove minding the fire, turning it now and then against scorching. First meal for the family, no carelessness. Big Brother ready yet? Xiaoyu, in again, for the umpteenth time. About right. I lifted the lid, a richer smell yet, meat and spice straight to the nose, her eyes unblinking on the pot. I scooped out a piece, blew on it, held it to her. Taste. She wrestled with herself. Big Brother, let's wait for father to eat together. She waved it off, but her eyes never left it. Xiaoyu, this is to help me check the seasoning. If it's off when it's served, that's trouble. Children are easily coaxed. Really, Big Brother? At my nod she took it. Just one bite, I'll tell you right away. She popped it in, and her eyes flew wide, stars in them. The best thing she'd ever eaten after the candy. One bite became the whole piece, gone in a flash, and then she caught herself, flustered. Big Brother, I didn't mean to eat it all. It's just so good, I couldn't help it. It's fine, Xiaoyu, seeing you like this makes me happy. Really, really. Her fluster cleared. Good, Big Brother didn't scold me. I like you the way you are now. Stay like this, won't you? Don't go back to before. I'll tell you a secret. While you were at the old house, I saw Mother hiding in the kitchen crying, more than once. A knife in me. I couldn't bear to picture it. Xiaoyu, rest easy. Big Brother will never be like before. I'll see you all live well. I put in the pre-soaked mushrooms, stewed another dozen minutes, and it was done. When the fragrant pheasant and the golden corn cakes hit the table, evenly Chui swallowed. Where's father? Not back yet. I asked. I'd noticed his absence, but the rush of feeling and then the cooking had kept me from asking. Now, recalling the system ping at the village mouth and the full dark with no sign of him, I wondered. Her face went odd. Your father went to the old house to find you. Find me? Yes, straight from work. He thought you'd taken De Huang off to stew him. So that was it. An hour gone, time enough to walk it 10 times over. He was lying in wait. Don't worry, Shaoi. When he's back I'll explain it all. He won't lay a hand on you. I said nothing. I doubted she could manage it. I knew my father. Bull temper up, no one stops him. Staking out the old house, he was set on dealing with me, and even learning later I'd not harmed the fool dog. A beating given is a beating given. At the village mouth, my father walked muttering, hands behind him. Little wretch, this late and still not back, off carousing somewhere. I'll go again after I eat. I don't believe you can stay out all night. The long wait had banked his anger higher, and the faint meat scent on the air, hungry as he was, soured him more. Uncle Taizhan, where have you been? Zhou Dahua greeted. Back house, he said shortly, and walked on. She dropped her smile and spat after him. Little wretch and old one alike, faces like a mule's, not one good thing in that family. She waddled off, and with her mouth, the whole village would know of my pheasants by morning. He found it stranger the closer he came. Why's the meat smell only thicker? Peeking at his own gate. He pushed it open just as I reached the door, meaning to see if he'd returned. Our eyes met. The air went still. Little wretch, I waited at the old house for you, and you ran home? Playing the lamp shadow trick on me. He grabbed off a shoe to swing at me. I bolted. Father, don't be rash, hear me out. I pitched it loud. Sure enough, Li Chui and the others came out. Explained to my fist first. He wouldn't stop, leaping past her after me. De Huang, you fool. What are you waiting for? Come prove it. I ordered the dog in my head. He squatted in the kitchen corner, watching lazily. Master, you should run outside. In this yard you'll be caught soon enough. In the crisis the fool was directing me. I sped, cut a corner, and charged straight at him. Before he reacted I was on him, his fur up. Master, could you go a little easy? My foot was already on him. The shrill yelps came. My father, about to thrash me, stopped dumbstruck, his eyelid twitching with every kick. That's enough, stop. He finally said it. I stopped. What's going on here? And he'd glimpsed the golden meat in the basin through the door. Li Chui told him everything since I'd come home, him eyeing me throughout, and at 2 pheasants and 2 grouse, he was floored. Was this his wastrel son? Then why take De Huang? He asked, breathing deep. I found the fool dog's nose is keen. He's hound potential. A lot of the quarry today he sent it out. Before my father could answer, De Huang in my head. Master, are you praising me? Then can I have another pheasant? Get lost. Right away. Used to my ways, he trotted off smartly. Didn't know he had it in him, my father said. Neither did I. The fool surprised me. But he said, I don't mean De Huang. He's bred from your grandfather's old hound. Hunting's in him. No surprise. It's you taking this many pheasants that surprises me. Was there a need to wound a man so? I've grandfather's blood too. Why's hunting talent strange in me? Weren't you the one who'd be the strongest hunter in the county? Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken. Minor. Reward. A bottle of Old Elm Baijiu, 10 points. Old Elm would sell for about 1 yuan 1. High-end, where the countryside drank bulk sorghum spirit and sweet potato liquor. He glared, the old history dragged out, and shot Li Chui a sour look. Don't go telling the boy nonsense. Only she'd known that green youth of his. No guessing who'd told. Father, mother, let's eat before it cools. He took the slope down and said no more. He sat at the head, the rest after, all eyeing the basin and swallowing, none daring before him. He took a piece, then put one in Li Chui's bowl. Don't just look, eat. He bit his, and his face turned amazed. How is this stew today so good? Wife, your cooking keeps improving. Li Chui took a bite, then said, today's pheasant, Xiaoyi stewed it. He paused. Only SOSO, he amended. A father can praise his wife, but praising a son felt shameful. I smiled and said nothing, rooting in the basin. Eating's eating. What's all this rummaging? No manners, he said, anger edging in. Only the day's surprises spared me the chopstick rap of old. I ignored it, lifted a drumstick into his bowl, the other into Li Chui's. They all stared. The old me had never looked after anyone. Father, mother, why look at me eat? Xiaoyi, what's gotten into you? She had to ask. I was too unlike myself, and Su Qin's possessed came to mind. You causing me trouble out there again, buying me off with a drumstick? My father said, frowning. I understood. I'd been such a wretch that so large a change unsettled them. Father, mother, rest easy, I'm fine. I thought a great deal at the old house. I know much of what I did was wrong, and I'll change. Li Chui was moved at once. Son, knowing it's not too late. She made to put the drumstick back in my bowl. The old forest must have been hard today. Eat it. Mother doesn't care for chicken, gruel, and a cake will do. I wouldn't have it. As we pushed it back and forth, my father said, Wife, just eat it. She nodded, bit it. Good, truly good, she said heavily, her eyes warm. The meal ran cheerful. Then I noticed. Why only mushrooms, no chicken? To my little brother, who hadn't touched a piece. He set his small face, sullen. I won't eat chicken you made. Oh, temper, is it? I made the mushrooms too. He froze, set down the mushroom near his mouth, and bit hard into a corn cake. Amusing. Last life, I'd had the most to do with this brother. I had to sand down his temper. I made the corn cakes too. That broke him. He burst out crying. Congratulations. Chun Jing's composure broken, middling. Reward. 5 bundles of fine bean thread noodles, 50 points. A fine thing. That, pork stewed with bean thread, a rare treat. The instant he wailed, I had a chicken wing in his mouth, the meat and mushroom scent flooding in, and despite himself he chewed, the crying forgotten. He wanted to spit it out, but it was too good, he couldn't. Once started, he couldn't stop. De Huang circled, darting for any tossed bone. Master, this lot gnaws bones cleaner than the next. Your father most of all. He'd grind the splinters and swallow them. Want a beating? Shut it. This age, people couldn't fill their bellies, never mind meat. A rare taste was treasured. I dropped a piece on the floor. Eat. He gulped it, bone and all. Shall you? Li Chui began, pained. I cut in. Mother, the fool dog worked hard at the hunt. Surprisingly, my father agreed. The boy's not wrong. When my father lived, after every hunt he'd give the hound a full basin of raw meat. People might go without, but the hound ate. A hunter treats his dog as family. A good one can save your life. She let it go. Master, hear that? People go without, but the hound eats. Listen to your father. Bring out that roe deer and share Grandpa Dog a bit. Grandpa Dog. The fool had a fit of something. He nosed at my foot, too good a distance not to kick. Grandpa Dog. I'll give you Grandpa Dog. 2 kicks. As a hound, he was a write-off. Nose aside, useless. The meal ended near harmonious. My deft clearing up amazed Li Chui. The old me waited for food served and left my bowl unwashed. Brother, rest, let me. Suchin rose. It's fine, sister, father, mother, Xiaoyu, none of you move. I'm glad to do this for you. Firm. Reborn at last. I do all I could for them. Not only hunt to better our life, but carry the small things too. No burden, but happiness. Last life, I couldn't get one more meeting with them. Heaven had given me the chance, and I'd cherish it. Their eyes on me changed. Li Chui's brimmed. For a moment, she half feared it a dream, and if so, let the dream go on. But at the table, one gaze differed from all the rest. Chenjung watched me, complicated. If he'd heard right, when I'd named names, father, mother, big sister, little sister, our family was 6. Had no one noticed one left out? In the warm scene, he felt, of a sudden, that he was the extra one in this house. Chenjung, what are you sitting there for? Come help clear up. Pressing my advantage. He'd suspected the earlier business was aimed at him on purpose. Now he was sure. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, 30 eggs, 50 points. At this rate, the house would hit egg freedom first of all. My eyes glinted. My guess held. A treasure of a little brother, middling breaks every time, a rare gift to be put to good use. Don't make the little one do it. I'll go, Suchin said. He was youngest, the family idol, it hardly fit. Sister, no. Refused. This sort of thing you start from the cradle. She was puzzled. She'd heard of learning a trade from the cradle, never scrubbing pots. I explained. Once he's grown and his wings harden, he won't be ordered about. Catch him young, and you get more years' use. Suchin. My father. Li Chui. Xiaoyu. De Huang. Master, I'm no man, but you are truly a dog. Chenjung, long holding it in, wailed. His small heart couldn't take the blow. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, 2 roast chickens, 50 points. I let out a relieved breath and, ignoring the crying boy, carried the dishes to wash. Behind me, their faces were complicated. They saw now I was teasing him on purpose, whatever my reason. Stop crying, my father said suddenly. I think the boy makes good sense. From now on, do it this way. My words had struck him hard, too advanced a notion. They all startled. The 2 of us, father and son, forever at odds, now agreed on this strangest of things. They couldn't tell if it was good or bad. Chenjung only cried louder. Wife, what do you make of Shaoyi hunting? Li Chui turned the talk, the worry that had ridden her since I came home with game. The boy's a true chun, like me. He nodded. She didn't know what to say. Her look at him complicated. A man who won't even enter the old forest, and he says that? I don't agree to it, she said firmly, not taking his line. He knew why. His father's cautionary end. The old forest's not so dangerous. Really, don't go deep. Don't rashly take on bear or tiger, just pheasant and roe, and there's no trouble, he said. Perhaps for his own old hunter's dream, he could accept it. You make it sound light, she said, sterner. What hunter didn't start thinking just so? And the end of it? It's a road of no return. Once on it, you can't break. Shaoyi's only just turned good. I won't watch him in danger every day. Gentle and yielding as she usually seemed, on what she cared for, her bone-deep stubbornness broke out, and she wasn't wrong. He could only nod. All right. When the boy's back, I'll tell him to drop the idea. When I'd finished in the kitchen and came in, Suchin, Xiaoyu, and Chenjung had been sent to bed. Only my parents sat at the table, the oil lamp guttering on their faces. I felt the air off at once. Master, your mother won't have you hunting anymore, and your father backs her, De Huang reported. So that was it. Father, mother, I won't give up hunting, I said before they could speak. My father blinked, baffled how I knew. Neither guessed the fooled dog squatting at the door, all idle spectator, was my spy. Shaoyi, it's not that mother wants to discourage you. Your change today gladdens me. But I can't watch you walk one road to its dark end and a wretched finish. Your mother's right, he echoed. When I didn't answer, she went on. You're young. There's much besides hunting. Honest farming with the family's no bad thing. Next year, I'll have a matchmaker find you a big-bottomed wife. You'll have a few fat sons. Better than being a hunter. I'd nothing to say. My mother knew how to dangle a pie. Second time, she'd raised marriage. Now with a prefix. Big-bottomed wife. I half wondered if she knew something. How else strike my weak spot so square? Your mother's right, he echoed again. And somehow more excited this time. His eyes plainly lighting at big-bottomed wife. What are you so worked up about? When I still said nothing, she grew cross. Look at how hunters end. Not far off, the old hunter in the next village, what a figure a few years back, took a several hundred catty boar even. And now, both legs gone, his wife run off with the children and another man. Near can't eat, won't last long. Nearer still, your own grandfather, what end was that? My father started to echo your mother's. Then, at the grandfather part, his face went stiff. Wife, talk about others if you must, why bring that up? And my father's matter. He stopped mid-sentence, as if at some thought, and went no further. 3 hard strokes she'd led with, but they didn't move me. Father, mother, I know you mean it for my good. But on hunting I can't obey you. That angered her more. What a disobedient child. Unruffled, I went on. Mother, if it's all as you say, then what of the debt the family ran up over my fight? She paused, her face uneasy. That's not for you to worry about. Mother, even if I farm honestly, the work points I'd earn match half a strong laborer at most, about what you and sister make. Daily food for the whole house, and saving to pay the debt besides. Tell me, how does this family get by? Under the work point system, a strong man like my father drew 10 a day at most, a strong woman about 7. But ill as she was, she could only do odd jobs, for a day now. Suchin, a girl and young, 4. 18, and never having worked, would do well to earn 4. All told, about 22 a day, 2 plus laborers feeding 6. Scrimp as you might, the days stayed pinched, going hungry common, and with debt owed besides. Money hard to save in this age, and a creditor liable to call at any time. The thought alone smothered you. I didn't even raise the big-bottomed wife. I didn't dare picture how, last life, my father and sister had endured after mother and Xiaoyu were lost. And back then I was clamoring with Lu Huairu to build a new house. The memory made me want to slap myself. A beast. My words choked her. She hadn't thought I'd seen the matter so clearly. Was this her good-for-nothing street loafer son? When had his head gotten so sharp? Pinched as the days are, we still get by. Better than you hunting and ending like your grandfather, mauled to death by a black bear. A few words wouldn't turn her. My father shot her a look. So his own father was the cautionary tale now. Was he? This grudge would never be let go? At home he seemed the household's word as law master. But with her temper truly up, even he didn't dare court trouble, and he wisely shut his mouth. Then what about your illness? She startled. She hadn't expected me to bring it up. What's wrong with me? Stiff-lipped? But her eyes wavered, the guilt plain in her voice. Master, your mother's lying. She fainted this morning, De Huang said in my head. A knife in me. I fixed on her. Mother, stop being stubborn. Didn't you faint this morning? Repeating what the dog had passed me, for wait. She opened her mouth to argue, then didn't. That young boy, I told him not to tell. Not a bit obedient. This morning when she'd fainted, only Chun Zheng, up to relieve himself, had seen. So naturally she took him for the informer, never dreaming of the bug that was De Huang. I swear I'd never meant to pin it on him. But it was done, so I ran with it. That's right, he told me. Congratulations. Chun Zheng's composure broken, middling. Reward. 3 packets of all-purpose game bait, 50 points. Broken again? I glanced at the door, 3 pairs of eyes peeping through the crack, gone the instant I looked. In the yard, Xiaoyu whispered. Big brother seemed to see us. All right, You two, stop eavesdropping. Back to bed, Suchin said. New house though it was small. My parents' one room. Me one, Suchin with Xiaoyu and Chunjung one, full to bursting, better than many, where a whole family shared one calm. Sister, father and mother won't really stop big brother hunting, will they? Xiaoyu asked. Do you want him to hunt? Suchin didn't answer straight. Xiaoyu thought. If he hunts, there's fragrant chicken and sweet candy. I want him to. But hunting puts him in danger. Meet a wolf pack or a bear or a boar, and you might never see him again. Xiaoyu frowned. Even a child near the Xingan knows the old forest's terrible tales. I don't want big brother in danger. Don't want to never see him. I don't want him to hunt. Suchin stroked her head. Go to sleep, both of you. And you, sister? I'll say a few words to your brother. Xiaoyu nodded obediently. Chunjung snorted and left. Once they were in their room, Suchin went back to the door to listen on. Not gossip, she told herself, but worry. If I clashed with our father, their mother alone couldn't stop it. In the main room, my father broke the silence. Wife, your body. Old trouble. Nothing serious, she cut in. Mother, you know your own condition better than anyone. Forgive the unfilial words. At this rate, how many years have you? This can't be put off. Do you truly want us without a mother? Not to see me wed? Not to hear a grandchild call you grandmother? My eyes reddened. Real feeling. Last life she'd been too wretched, toiling half a life without one day's ease, worrying for me to her last breath. She fell silent, caught by it, her own eyes rimming red. I judged at the moment. Mother, whatever you say, I must hunt. To earn money to clear the debt, to treat your illness, and for myself. As our family is now, what decent house would marry a daughter to me? I had no choice. Without a hard push, she'd not be moved. Wife, this once, I think the boy's right, my father said, taking my side. He'd never opposed the hunting. Learning I had the knack had pleased him, and my words had carried him over. In the lamp's yellow light, both turned to her, waiting. Hi. She sighed. It's my useless body, dragging this family down. Mother, don't say that. How is it your fault? Rest easy. Our days will only get better, and your illness is no trouble. Last life, out of guilt, once I'd described her symptoms to a doctor. The conclusion, congenital heart disease and moderate anemia from long malnutrition. In a later age, the heart disease could be fixed by surgery with near normal life after. But this was 1958, when people couldn't eat their fill, and in all of China, only the big hospitals in the capital and Shanghai could do heart surgery. Needing money and the mobilizing of great resources, near impossible for an ordinary villager. But I'd no thought of giving up. Others can't doesn't mean I can't. Reborn, I'd cure my mother or have lived again for nothing. The anemia was far easier. The thing now was to build her body back, then fight for a chance at the operation. Shall we? I'll allow the hunting, but you must agree to my conditions. Name them. First, never go deep into the old forest. Only the fringe, pheasant, and hare. Second, no more running with those no-account old friends. Third, and most important, never, ever take on a black bear. Before I could answer, my father said bitterly, What did my father ever do to you? This grudge is unending, is it? He truly couldn't bear his father being the cautionary tale again. Agreed, I said. His objection no one heeded. Before bed, she said, Hang the 2 grouse in the cellar. Tomorrow your father takes them to the town co-op. Mother, father has work tomorrow. I'll go. My storage space still held a roe deer. I'd take the chance to sell it too. And besides, without a co-op trip, I'd no good cover to bring the space's goods out. She looked at me, then relented. All right, sell them and come straight back. No money for nonsense. My father and I put the grouse in the cellar. The weather had warmed, and left out overnight they'd spoil. The cellar ran cooler, right for storing. The space would have been simplest, but to avoid discovery, I dropped the thought. A clear night, bright moon and stars, no need of a lamp. As I made to turn in, my father stopped me. You've gotten clever, afraid your mother and I wouldn't agree. You didn't even bring the bow back. I paused. The kills bore arrow marks. So you saw through it, father. Humph, your little tricks fool your mother, not me. I didn't argue, only played along. I know. I wasn't trying to fool you. Who doesn't know you'd be the strongest hunter of all? Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken. Minor. Reward. 2 caddies of red dates. 10 points. His face darkened at the green youth history dragged up again. Don't bring that up. Right away. I'd not buck him. A beating from the old man is a beating taken for nothing. He's my father. He didn't ask where the bow came from. Bows aren't rare near the Shingon. If I'm not mistaken, those kills were each downed with 1 arrow, dead in the vitals. My heart dropped, the very thing I'd feared. With the second shot skill, spending the first arrow and taking pheasant from cover, I hit without fail and dead on. Beyond even the most seasoned hunter, hard to explain. As I racked my brain for an excuse, he went on. That marksmanship, I've seen it in only one man. Your grandfather. A true Chun. That's talent. We Chin men are born the finest hunters. Worry wasted, he'd written my excuse for me. Thank you, father's imagination. Yet something nagged. The finest hunters, counting a man who won't even enter the old forest? A jab that would surely break his composure. But he pressed on. Your grandfather was a famed marksman. Once felled a boar with a single arrow. No boast. In all the Shingon nothing was beyond him. Proud, spittle flying. Father. Then how did grandfather end mauled by a bear? His face went ugly at once, his look complicated. Nothing to say about that. Go to sleep. He turned and left, his interest gone in an instant. In my room, I didn't rush to sleep. Bigger work first. My consciousness sank into the space. No day or night there, the same as when I'd entered by day. I willed the 30 caddies of fine wheat seed out of storage, and the sowing completed itself. At 5 times flow, the field would ripen in about 20 days. What a sight it'd be, gold to the horizon. The thought alone was happiness. Deep night in Sanha, all stillness, the odd dog bark hollow across the hills. On a path a figure crept, hugging the shadows, fearing to be seen, and knocked at a mud house. The door creaked, the figure slipped in. The one who'd opened looked out, saw no one, eased, and shut it. And in that moment the moon lit her face clear. The widow Lu Huiru. Inside, the figure complained at once. How many times? Don't light the lamp. If I'm found out, how do I live in Sanha? And blew it out. How'd it go? He asked. Then, not waiting. That Chinese got off easy didn't work? It didn't. How? That Chinese no man at all. It galled her, and she told him the day's business. That's wrong. A strapping lad of 18 or 19. How could he resist that? He muttered, uneasy too. Let's just drop it. Weren't you long set on divorcing your wife? Do it, and we can be together. She was losing nerve, shaken by the day. I told you, divorce, and can I hold my place in the village? Don't raise it again. Next time I come I'll bring you half a caddy of pork. That eased her. And the chuni matter, still on? Of course. In all Sanha, what household fits better? A sickly mother, a useless father, and that good-for-nothing chuni. They'll never catch us, and if they did, would they dare make a sound? That was her real reason for picking me. But Chun-Yi, with your wiles you can't handle him? Once it's done you'll never want for food. He pulled her in, hands roving. The rest is theirs. The plot I'll note flatly. The two are scheming to use my family as cover, and the man is the unknown father of her child. That much matters. There's a man behind Lu Huiru, close by, and I mean to find him. Next morning I woke with a start, relieved to be still myself. Before dressing I checked the space. One night gone. The wheat not yet sprouted. No hurry. I opened the panel. Name, Chun-Yi. Age 18. Points, 860. System space. Level 1, 1000 to upgrade. Pet, De Huang. Skill, second shot perfect marksmanship. 860 after a day's work. 140 short of the upgrade. Much of it my little brother's contribution. A treasure, that boy. At the door I heard outside. Mother, I really never told anyone you fainted. Your brother told me everything. And still you lie. When did this child learn to lie? He made it up. Mother, do you believe him or me? Xinzheng, frantic, truly wronged. Your brother, of course. That broke him. Congratulations. Chunjing's composure broken, middling. Reward, 4 pigs trotters, 50 points. Huh, sending warmth first thing. At this rate the system would soon upgrade. I came out. He swallowed whatever he'd meant to say, recovered his haughty look, snorted, and left. I found it funny. I liked him that way. Shall ease up, my mother called. Eat. Just past 6. The others were at the table. I nodded but first took the bamboo broom and swept the yard, then splashed cold water on my face, bracing, and sat. The corn gruel had cooled to warm. I ate it with a corn cake, northeast bean paste, and pickle, hungrily. I'd hungered for this taste for decades. To me it was a feast. A bowl and 2 cakes down, I patted my belly. Done. Father, mother, I'm off to the co-op. I took the 2 grouse from the cellar and glanced at Dahuang. What are you standing there for? Let's go. Master, I haven't eaten. I'll give you a pheasant later. Master, what are we waiting for? Let's go. I sighed at the dog already at the gate. It's 15 li to town, much of it bad mountain road, no transport. Even a young man needs 2+ hours. Past the village, no one watching, I stowed the grouse in the space. Dahuang noticed. Master, this isn't the road to town. When did I say we were going to town now? Then where? Hunting, why else bring you? He froze. He'd thought a trip to town earned a pheasant, a sure thing, and now found I meant him to hunt. Even one trip in, the word terrified him. Hadn't he heard my grandfather was mauled to death up there? My thinking was simple. I had to go to the co-op anyway, so hunt first and sell the catch in one trip. Master, I just remembered I've things to do at home. I'll skip today, next time for sure. He made to leave, a few kicks under my tyranny, and he slunk along, head down. Master, let's go to the co-op first. What's the rush to hunt? The old forest's so dangerous, master. Yammering, trying to talk me out of it with his dog mouth. Fool, one more word and I break your leg. Break a leg? Then I won't have to hunt, he reasoned. At my hunting pace, sooner or later there'd be trouble. A leg for a life was a fair trade. I mean your 5th leg. He puzzled. 5th? He had 4, then caught my look and his eyes went wide. You win. Silent after that. As before, at the fringe I brought out the bow. Master, pheasants that way. 500 meters in, a cock and hen frolicking. My least favorite scene. Dahuang, get them. He froze. Master, that's my line. The routine had been. He finds, I shoot. Who's master? Go when I say go. Once I'd learned the system rewards the dog's hunt performance with attribute gains, I'd resolved to make him practice. Reluctant but cowed, he went. Fine, perform well. It's only 2 pheasants, and something changed in his eyes. I watched, half hoping. From my father I knew Dahuang descended from grandfather's hounds. A bloodline awakening? He burst from cover, for legs pumping, leapt from the rise's top, and at the peak felt, he later swore, the same wild wind his hound grandfather had known, the same old forest, himself the hero now, the shackle of his blood thrown off. Grandpa Dog has arrived, he announced in my head, and I thrilled too, and then watched his leaping body land flat on its face, a proper faceplant. I had nothing but question marks. Excitement wasted. The 2 pheasants flapped off. Master, if I said that wasn't me just now, would you believe it? Today's pheasants are gone. He wanted to die. Why put on airs? After that, expecting nothing of him, the hunting went smooth. By noon I had 4 pheasants, 2 cocks, 2 hens, and a pair of grouse, including the pair he'd lost. A good haul. I fed him a hen pheasant. The only pity was no roe deer like yesterday. Bound for the co-op, I made to stop. Master, someone over there. I tensed and looked. A figure, crouched, busy at something behind brush, unclear. In the old forest a person can be worse than a beast. Fool, go look. This time he didn't argue. Closing in as I held the bow, arrow knocked, ready to loose at the first wrong sign. Nearer. Then he stopped and barked, loud, scattering the birds, and the figure startled with a cry and sat down hard. I saw then it was a young woman, her face unclear, but fair-skinned, almost bright in the dappled sun. Where'd this fool dog come from? She scolded, scrambling up, still spooked, a hand to her chest. Who's there? She asked, tense, noticing me. No threat off her. I eased, and, the bow being conspicuous, I'd already willed it into the space. A dozen steps closer I made her out. A clean, pretty face, rare in a village, a streamstar face in a later age, tall, neither fat nor thin, and a striking figure even under loose cloth. A sprig of new shrub leaf clung to her braided hair from her bending, a touch of guileless warmth in an otherwise cool air. She felt my look. Only the 2 of us here, the fool dog aside, in this lonely forest. Her mind, plainly, was racing to dark scenarios. She backed up, snatched a stick, and pointed it at me on guard. You, what do you want? I'm warning you, no funny ideas. Or. She looked at herself, at the finger-thin twig, and couldn't find anything threatening to say. I didn't know what to make of her, cool-looking, but the talk made her seem a bit slow. You a city sent-down youth? I didn't come closer. Any move and she'd cry. About my age. She nodded, then shook her head. What's it to you? New here. How'd you know? One question, and she'd given herself away. No guile at all. Her kind stood out from the village women at a glance. Here to pick mushrooms. Her eyes went wide. How do you know everything? You're not following me. Your basket's right there. I'm not blind. She looked down. Oh, sorry. She'd been too rattled to remember it, and colored. Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken, minor. Reward. 2 caddies of dried hazel mushroom, 10 points. Song Siyun. I murmured it. The name felt oddly familiar. You mean to eat these mushrooms? Yes. Not just me. The others at the youth point too. I heard the Shingon's mushrooms are delicious. She eased, seeing no ill in me. Have the others at the youth point wronged you somehow? What do you mean? Those mushrooms could send a few oxen to meet their great-grandmothers. She blinked, then got it. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, skill, bone-setting hands, 50 points. A skill off the youth, unexpected. You mean they're poisonous? I nodded. Which? All of them, one worse than the next. Feed those to anyone and they'd die wretchedly. And praise you a living king of hell. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 2 fine shuttlecocks, 10 points. What kind of reward was that? Was I to say let's go kick shuttlecocks? She had to accept the truth and asked, hopeful, then which mushrooms are safe? I looked at her basket, then the ground. The ones you didn't pick. There were plenty about, mostly edible, and she dodged every safe one to pick only the poison. But for her dopey look, I'd have thought it deliberate. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 1 fish trap cage, 10 points. Far more useful than shuttlecocks. By my count, 990 points now, 10 short of the upgrade, and a usable object right here. Mushrooms aren't a must. Roast potatoes or dried sweet potato are worse tasting but safe, unless you do want to meet your great-grandmother. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 2 caddies of braised pork cheek, 10 points. Congratulations, 1,000 points reached, space upgrade condition met. Upgrade now. Upgrading has a chance to trigger a special reward. Done, but Song Siyun was near. I'd wait till I'd left to upgrade, lest some odd phenomenon be seen. The old forest's dangerous even by day, and you've no way to handle it. Go down the mountain soon. I called De Huang and left. A strange man, she said after me, then looked at her useless basket, near tears. Master, I checked for you. That woman absolutely fits your conditions, De Huang said. What conditions? Isn't her bottom big? 2 kicks. Master, why hit me? I worked my heart out for you. Mind your own business, and I'll hit you more. Once Song Siyun was out of sight. System, upgrade the space. 1,000 points deducted, upgrading. Success. Time flow now 6 times. Land +1 mu. Special reward triggered. A future clue slip, delivered to your space. Please review. The slip I hadn't expected. I'd thought it an object. With a thought it was in my hand. A yellowed scrap, cut from a newspaper. The text resolved. Night of the 18th, 5th lunar month, 1958, heavy rain. A female sent down youth, on the road back to the youth point, was assaulted by 2 men. 3 days later, she drowned herself. Below it, a black and white photo, and the face struck me like a bolt. Song Siyun. I remembered now. Last life such a thing had happened, ugly enough that it spread far around. And that was when I'd heard her name. No wonder it had felt familiar. The years had blurred the details, but the gist was clear. More trouble, then, I muttered. It's the 11th now, a week to the 18th. By the slip, if Song Siyun stays in at the youth point that night, she should be safe. Worrying further was useless. I'd find a chance to warn her, flatly, plainly, no more than that. Her dignity is her own, and the danger is the danger. The thing is to see it doesn't happen. Master, I smell a sable. A sable, fine thing. Its fur is top-tier luxury in any age, soft gold. Once an imperial tribute, a good pelt worth 100 taels. Take me there. Man and dog wove through the forest some 2 kilometers, and he stopped. The scent's thickest here, its den's near. I read the ground. Last life, after the family's troubles, I'd lived off the forest some, fishing and hunting. No professional, but I knew the basics. Red pine and fir, shrub below, sable habitat. The pelt is the value, so the arrow's no good here. Damage it, and the worth collapses. The usual methods, a snare or a spring loop trap, or driving it up a tree with a hound and knocking it down with a pole. I looked at De Huang, who lolled his tongue thinking it praise. No using the hound method. A sable's keen and nocturnal, and at his subpar speed, he'd never tree one. A spring loop snare's surest, I decided. No hard task for a man who'd lived off the forest. I dug a 20-centimeter pit, set branches as a tread trigger, and for cord stripped the inner bark of a birch, soft and tough, good rope, into thin strips, bent a springy branch and tied the cord as the spring, made a running noose of the birch bark on the tread, dressed it with dead twigs. The snare was done. Master, you can even do this. Nice work. Get away. A kick. As I'd worked, the fool had circled my feet till I was sick of it. Pet defense +2. Defense up, from a kick? I couldn't read this system's rules at all. I'd kicked him countless times with no reward, and this idle one added 2 defense. No rule, but no rule. I gave up trying. The key step. I willed out the all-purpose game bait the system had given. A clump of red granules, a strong smell, sweet and foul at once. Master, it smells good. I want it. De Huang's eyes lit. The bait worked on beasts, him included. Proof it worked. I didn't place it yet. System, how far does the bait's scent carry? Fearing it'd draw a tiger or bear before any sable, and then he and I would be done. My snare was a joke to such beasts. 2 li, the system said. Reassured, still the fringe, 2 li unlikely to hold big predators, and De Huang's 2 li nose would warn us. I set the bait on the snare, and we hit off at a distance to wait. Patience is a hunter's first quality. A sable is keen-eared, keen-nosed, timid, sense danger, and it won't show. 2 hours, me motionless, the snare untouched. I fretted. I still had the co-op to reach. Much longer, and I'd run out of time. Then De Huang, in my head. Master, here it comes. In the old forest, De Huang's eyes beat a man's. Following his gaze, I saw a small head ease out of the undershrub, grayish-violet fur shot with white, glossy black eyes, ears pricked, almost endearing. A sable. It moved slowly, a step and a pause, eyes sweeping, nose working for any scent of danger. By habit it should be denayed and sleeping now. Only the all-purpose bait's pull had drawn it out. As it cleared the brush, my excitement rose. Over 70 centimeters, big for a sable, fat from the long winter just ended, its black coat with a silver sheen as if oiled, top tier. My heart hammered. I forced my breath even. Lucky I'd hidden downwind, or my scent would have spooked it, and timid as a sable is, once gone it's near impossible to draw out again. Step by wary step it neared the snare, rearing now and then to look, but the bait pulled harder and its pace quickened. There, at the bait, it dug in eager, snuffling at the red granules, and tripped the trigger. Thwack! The bent branch sprang, the loop drew tight, and it was hauled up before it could react, twisting, unable to break free, a low growl in its throat. Done. I went straight to it. System, can I store a live animal? No, not until level 10. I found a stick and struck its head hard. 1 blow, and it went still. Cute or not, money matters more. I'm no bleeding heart. Once I no longer need hunting to live, maybe I'll think about protecting wild creatures, but not now. I willed it into the space, satisfied. The scattered bait couldn't be gathered, and the system said it loses all effect 3 hours after use. Over 2 of those gone in the wait. So it was spent. No choice but to let the fool dog have it. Master, so good, he said, eating and narrating. Sometimes I truly wished him mute. It was only a small handful, gone in a moment. Master, more. How many times? Don't talk to me like that. A few kicks settled it, and I headed for the forest's edge. Today's catch, beyond the 1 fed to the dog, 3 pheasants, 2 grouse, and the roe deer from yesterday in the space. The sable worth most of all, 150 yuan at the co-op at least, a fortune in this age. Near the fringe, I saw a familiar figure. Master, it's that big bottom, Da Huang said. Song Siyun, sitting on the ground, head down, her shoulders heaving, so absorbed and turned away she didn't notice me. How are you here again? What are you doing? My voice startled her. She whirled, raising that finger-thin twig again, eyes round with fright like a spooked rabbit. It's you. She lowered the useless stick at the sight of me. I looked at her swollen left foot and understood. Twisted your ankle? She nodded. Didn't I tell you to leave the forest? She was deeper in than before, not out. She hung her head, mumbling. I tried to, but I couldn't find the way back. Lost then. Almost funny. The Shingon's tall and dense, easy to lose for the inexperienced, but she'd been at the very fringe. From her earlier spot to my old house was about 3 li, and any rough downhill bearing would soon reach people to ask. She had 100 ways to find her way and had hit on the 101st wrong one. Master, does this woman seem not too bright? For once I agreed with the dog and nodded. I really don't know. These mountain paths are so hard, she went on, excusing herself. I crouched and reached for the swollen foot. She startled and pulled it back. What are you doing? Don't move. My father's the most famous bone setter in the villages near here. Her eyes lit. Da Huang's face was all doubt. Master, since when does your father set bones? Have you got another father? Shut it. I'd have kicked him, but for the distance. She, simple thing, believed it. Wonderful, please. She put the foot back out. I couldn't help looking, swollen purple at the instep, but the skin fair, a jade foot by the old phrase. She felt the impropriety and drew it down. Sorry. Redder. A sick person can't be shy of the doctor. It's fine. I cradled it and examined. Gentle as I was, she flinched now and then like a touched wire, but bit down and gave only a stifled grunt, never crying out. Sprained, and the bone's out of place. This needs setting now, or it'll be trouble later. She nodded and waited, and I stood and made to leave. Where are you going? Home. Of course, my mother's holding dinner. Then what about me? How would I know? Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken, minor. Reward. 2 caddies of popcorn, 10 points. How can you leave someone in the lurch? She said, ashamed and frantic. A long time hurt, no one to ask for help, and now hope found and slipping. I beg you, just help me. Pitiful. How do I help you? Didn't you say your father's the famous bone setter? My father is, I'm not. If you'd met him today, he'd have you fixed. She gaped, disbelieving. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, a Tiger brand flashlight, 50 points. A rare thing in this age. A household with one was the village's envy. Tin-bodied, big dry cells, about 6 yuan, a fifth of a worker's month. I'd done it only to farm a break off her. She glared, furious. If you can't set bones, why did you feel my foot just now? How else confirm the bone was out of place? You. She was near bursting, no match for me in words. Congratulations, middling break. Reward, 10 chocolate bars, 50 points. 50 more, and seeing her near tears, I stopped, crouched again. Foot out. You think I'll trust you again? Wiser now. This is your one chance. Once I'm gone, no one comes to this forest, and in your state you can't get down alone. After dark the danger's far worse. Wolves, boar, bear, tiger, and at 100-odd caddies you're not even enough to share around. They drag your bones off to gnaw. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, for apples, 10 points. Stop. White-faced. Do it. She put the foot out. Fear, and somehow a feeling she should trust me once more. No hesitation now. With the bone-setting hand skill it was nothing. A crack, and I set the foot down. Walk. She blinked. Done. I nodded. She tried weight on it. No more of that fierce pain. Stood, took a few steps, and her brows flew up with joy. It's really better. Some swelling left, a little discomfort, but she could move normally. She puzzled over why I'd lied that I couldn't. Thank you. I didn't answer. Thinking of the tragedy a week off, I meant to plan a warning. I see a blood calamity on you lately. For 10 days, whatever happens, don't go out at night. The slip I couldn't explain. This was the cover I found. What do you mean? Heaven's secrets can't be told. Just do as I say. I wouldn't elaborate. One warning wouldn't surely change her end, but it was a start. Full dog, let's go. Behind me, she counted on her fingers, hesitated, then, Wait a moment. I turned. Something else. Could you do the good deed to the end and see me down the mountain? I can't find the way. Red-faced, but she had to ask. I sighed. Left to herself, she'd grope her way to Wild Boar Ridge by dark. Wild Boar Ridge is a dangerous tract deeper in, named for the boar there. Hunters had eyed it for pork, but most came back hurt or empty, and some unlucky ones were gored to death, so it became near forbidden ground, hunters preferring a thinner catch to entering it, with talk even of 1,000 catty armored boar king there. The 1,000 catty figure's absurd, but an armored boar king is no joke, near no natural enemy in the wild. Bear and tiger alike would only flee it. Fool, here. I called to Huang. Take her down the mountain. He balked. Master, I want to go to the co-op with you. The hard hunting over, the co-op meant easy pickings and a share of whatever I bought. Take her back, then go home. I won't forget your share if there's good to be had. Rare gentleness. I won't listen, I want the co-op. Plain talk failing, I used my method. I'll teach you won't. And after the schooling he was much more biddable. Song Siyun only stared, lost. Follow it, it'll see you down. She eyed the head-hung dog, doubtful. Is that reliable? More reliable than you. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 2 caddies of fresh pork, 10 points. With the foot set she could walk, I left the dog to guide her and took a shortcut for the co-op, the 2+ hour road done in 90 minutes. Past 4, the town quiet, I went straight in. What do you want? The clerk said, not even looking up from her insole. Co-op clerks ate state grain, no notion of service, take it or leave it. I'm here to sell. She looked up then, and her face turned amazed. This many. Staring at my string of birds. All of it yours. I nodded, no chatter. Pheasant, cocks 3 mao a caddy, hens 2. Grouse 8 mao a caddy, and the 3 cocks' tail feathers a yuan 5 on top. High prices, these, young man. Ability earns regard in any age, and clerk Lu Guixiang had warmed to me. Thank you, sister. I'd be dealing with the co-op often. Better good terms. The petty clerks are harder than the king of hell. I could have gotten more at the black market, but New Reborn I didn't know the towns and had much to do. The co-op was fine for low-value game. Not the roe deer in my space, which I'd save for the black market, and certainly not the sable. 3 pheasants, 2 cocks, a hen. 4 grouse, 3 cocks, a hen. The grouse weighed 28 caddies, 23 of it cocks, at 8 mao, 22 yuan 4, plus 4.5 for the tail feathers, 26.9. The pheasants, 2 cocks 6 caddies, 1 yuan 8. The hen 2 caddies for mao. 2 yuan 2 together, barely the grouse's small change. Still, 29 yuan 1 for the trip. I was content. Young man, this near tops my month's wage, she said, a little sour. Hardly, sister. This wasn't 1 day's. How many? 2. She regretted asking. Even split, 14.5 a day, a wage she couldn't dream of. Congratulations, Lu Guixiang's composure broken. Congratulations, minor break. Reward, 2 sugar coupons, 10 points. This time I truly hadn't meant to. Couldn't even tell the truth in peace. Sister, do you take sable? Her eyes lit. We do, how much? Depends on the pelt. Top grade I can give 150, lesser, 10s. Co-op buying prices are standard. You caught a sable? No, just asking. She nodded, a little let down. Sable's rare even now. A hunter mightn't see one in years. Any malt milk extract? None. It's scarce. Only a little at festivals. Even the county can't always get it. Only the capital's co-ops keep it year-round. No surprise. I'd only chanced it, hoping to build my mother up. I'd find another way. Out of the co-op, I reckoned, 60 from the system before, 29.1 now, a rich man of 89.1 in cash. And with the spaces roe deer and sable as fixed assets, the sable a sure 150, the deer say 20, 259.1 all told. A fortune, and double that at the black market, which was my plan. My fight had cost 200 in medicine and damages. With my mother's years of doctor debt besides, this would clear it with room over. But money alone wouldn't set me at ease. Her heart disease, unoperated, stayed a risk, and reborn. I'd allow no threat to her life. The surgery had to be done. For now, the urgent things were bettering the family's life and stopping Xiaoyu's abduction. Song Siyun I'd save too if I could, but I didn't know enough, where or exactly when, to plan it. By the slip, a week to her harm. And by my old memory, my mother's death, the 3-day wake, the funeral, then 3 days on Xiaoyu taken, about this same span. If forced to choose, I'd choose my sister without hesitation. Let there be time enough for both. No threads to pull yet. More thinking, only bread worry. Night falls around 7 this season. I had to start back to beat the dark. Leaving town, I saw a face I knew, Qin Baojian. My eyes went wide, anger surging unbidden. Decades on, I'd never forget that hateful face. If I'd a most hated list, he sat near Lu Huiru, the 30-odd-year-old bachelor my sister Qin Suqin married last life. A logging mill worker, 35 yuan a month and sundry coupons. Decent for the age. Unwed because he was ugly and, worse, idle and greedy. His wage gone on drink and meat, buying more on the black market when his coupons ran short. All of which I learned later. To win Suqin, he'd put on a fine front, swearing to help with the household after the wedding. Not long after, his true colors showed. Divorce wasn't easy in that age. Huge pressure, a divorced daughter, a disgrace dragging down her family. And as time passed, he grew worse, especially after Suqin bore 2 daughters, drunk and beating her bloody again and again. I'd stood up for her, fought him a few times, and he'd only taken it out on her after. To spare me trouble, she stopped telling me, and at last, broken, her mind gave way, and she left this world at 28. The memories knifed me, my breath gone heavy. I hadn't time for you yet, but met. I'll take some interest in advance. He came swaying toward me, face red as a monkey's rump, plainly just off the drink. Work hours, but no surprise from him. I stepped fast and rammed into him. I-oh. Anger behind it, and him unready. He went down. Where's this brat from, son of a bitch, blind walking? I narrowed my eyes. You cursed first, and I most hate anyone cursing my mother. I closed in, danger off me. What do you want? Half down, he edged back at my look. Then, I'm a worker at the town logging mill. Lay a hand on me and you'll never come here again, or else. The town's small, young men fewer. He knew the faces and judged me an outsider, hence the threat. I sneered. I know all that, and that you're called Qin Baojian, 31 today, no parents or brothers, living at. I wasn't wasting words. I was building the look of an acquaintance's doing. You investigated me. Shocked. Since his mother died, no one had his age right, himself included. You're who I'm after. And I gave him a thorough beating. Thin, drunk, no match for my size, no chance to resist, only yelping. Help! Murder! He shouted, hoping to draw notice. But we were at the town's edge, no houses, no passers-by, and quick work meant no trouble. 10 minutes. Striking is hard labor, and I was winded when I stopped, spat at the curled, battered man. Bastard, bully my sister, and I'll beat you every time I see you. I strode off. Minutes later, sure I was gone, he propped himself up. Brat, bastard. What sister? I've never touched a woman, I don't know your sister. Snot and tears ran. He felt truly wronged. I don't believe no one can deal with you. He decided on the police post. My act could be called disturbing public order, a few years sentence. But as his leg took way to stab at his waist made him hiss. The little wretch hits hard. Congratulations, Qin Baojian's composure broken, Major. Reward, a beast pet, 100 points. On the road home I heard it, and my eyes lit, another beast pet. Much as I scorned De Huang, he'd been a real help at the hunt. System, where's the other pet? Tomorrow at 10 a.m., go to the old forest to collect it. Odd, De Huang had appeared straight off with Xiaoyu. Why so mysterious? What is it this time? Cannot disclose. No coaxing moved it. I'd have to go find it myself. Let it not be a pheasant or hare, or I'll curse. Qin Baojian reached the police post soon after. Comrade officer, you must judge this for me. The chief, Wang Bing, came over frowning. Stop howling, speak properly. He knew Qin Baojian, the town's idler and a post regular for drunken trouble, and had no liking for him. Seated, Qin Baojian told it with much gesturing. All right, I know, go home, Wang Bing said flatly. Chief, what? Shouldn't you go after him at once? Bring him in. You're teaching me my job? Qin Baojian shrank. No, just a reminder. We don't need it. We've our rules. It's your word alone. Who knows it's true? I half suspect you picked the fight, lost, and came crying first, I'll deal with you once I've checked. He couldn't trust a word from such a man. After Qin Baojin left, an officer asked how they'd investigate. No cameras in that age. No need, for now. Surface bruises, a few days rest. Who knows if it's even true, and a hiding does him no harm, saves him pestering us. And a few days back, the next township over, Hongxing, reported another lost child. The county's second this year. The higher-ups take it gravely. Tighten the guard. We can't let it happen here. The lost children warning lands with me even unheard. It sharpens the clock on Xiaoyu. On the road I heard, congratulations. Qin Baogin's composure broken. Again? Congratulations, middling break. Reward. 2 pairs of liberation shoes, 50 points. The fighter jet of shoes in this age. Army green, fine quality, loved nationwide. Known even decades on. 3 yuan a pair at the co-op plus cloth coupons. More than a village family would spend. A second pet and 2 pairs of liberation shoes off Qin Baojin. The beating wasn't for nothing. Worth it by my reckoning, and I'd beat him again next time. System what sizes? Host may set them. 142, 137. Once set, unchangeable, confirm? Confirm. They appeared in my hand at the fringe, no one near. Green canvas uppers, rubber wrap to the soles, deep tread, white laces, liberation stamped on the side. Right sizes, into the space, and I walked lighter. Most of the way I saw no one. Then, voices ahead. Unclear, but human. I slowed, wary. Drawing close I saw an old man and a young one. The old, 40 or 50, big, trim, a rope at his waist, a hide-sheathed short knife at his left, a homemade gun on his back. The young, about my age, short and thick, broad as a bear, plainly strong, dark-skinned, sharp-eyed with a glint near fierce, dressed the same, but with an ox-horn bow on his back instead of a gun. Hunters. I didn't relax. Hunters are more dangerous than ordinary folk in the forest, armed and forest-wise. Ill-intentioned, an ordinary man couldn't resist them. They were surprised too, their talk cutting off, and they stepped aside to let me pass. I went by, no trouble, and was easing off when, behind me, young man, it's near dark. This forest's dangerous, beyond you. Get down the mountain soon. A kind warning from the old one. I turned. Right, thanks. And left. Father, did we scare him? The young one said, his dark face oddly bashful, scratching his head, all plainness. A different person talking than silent. Oomph, that lad's far sharper than you. His eyes were calm, but there was a fierce glint underneath. No one to trifle with. Father, one glance. How'd you read all that? I've already forgotten his face. You think your old man's like you? I, Zhang Jingguo, have run this forest years. Man or devil, I see at a glance. So this was Zhang Jingguo, the hunter whose marked roe deer and pheasant I'd taken ahead of him, near to breaking. Lucky for me, he didn't know the lad just passed was the very culprit who'd near ruined his good name, or he mightn't have let me by so easily. Enough. Move. The sun's setting. The sable will be stirring. Catch it, and we're down before dark. The young one, his son, Zhang Mang. Father, you sure there's a sable? That's rare. Of course. Am I not your father? I've taken sable before, no error. Never come back empty-handed. That's no idle name. Father, didn't you come back empty yesterday? And said you'd get a roe deer, and got nothing. Zhang Jingguo froze, a knife to the heart. You little wretch. He raised a hand to slap. Zhang Mang didn't dodge, only shrugged and shut his eyes, waiting. A sigh, and the hand dropped. Let's go. He led off, loving and exasperated. His only child, Zhang Mang's birth was the great event of his life. For the boy's health, he'd had a famed fortune-teller pick the single character Mang. The man saying, "This child is mighty beyond the common. Grown, he'll have the strength to drive tigers and wrestle wolves." True enough, at 17, even Zhang Jingguo, forest-seasoned, came off worse against him. But too gifted a body, perhaps. Zhang Mang fell under the curse of brawn over brain. Not a fool, plain at best, blank as paper, no guile at worst. Years of Zhang Jingguo's worry, every method tried, nothing helped. The fortune-teller long dead. He'd accepted it. Take this sable, sell it, and there's enough to find the boy a kind, steady wife. Then even if I die one day, I can go easy. And he quickened his pace. Zhang Jingguo reached his spot, a stand of red pine and fir shrub below. Unlike hunters who work by hound, he hunted by his own eye. 20-odd years had taught him the forest animal's ways, and he could read the fine signs to fix a quarry's exact position. The sable, he was certain, was in this patch. He didn't rush a trap, but studied the ground to narrow its range and set near the den for the best odds. There, he found the place, hurried forward, and his eyes flew wide. The clear mark of a spring loop snare. His head swam, his heart hammered. No, surely not. He held a last hope that the snare hadn't taken the sable. Common enough, a sable's keen, hard to catch. He bent close. On the birch bark noose, a few short black-violet hairs. His experience told him at once what they were. He stood stunned. Heaven cursed, who in hell did this? Congratulations, Zhang Jiangwo's composure broken major. Reward, a double-barreled shotgun, 100 points. As he broke, on the road, near home the system spoke in my head. A double-barreled shotgun. No man can refuse the lure of a gun. I half wanted to pull it from the space and look it over, but held off. This was out in the open. Guns weren't banned, but reality isn't like some novels. Legal possession needs a permit, and unlicensed carry, if reported, can draw up to 3 years. I'd no wish, the second day reborn, to win 3 years at the sewing machine. I'll find a chance to get a hunter's license and a gun permit. And who was this Zhang Jingguo? A break ping yesterday rewarding shot shells, today a whole shotgun. If we met, I'd have to thank him properly. Then again, broken at the major tier 2 days running on my account. How crushed must he be? I dropped the notion of thanking him in person and silently wished the good man a peaceful life. Past 6, still light, I reached Sanha, having first taken from the space 2 caddies of pork, 2 of brown sugar, a bundle of bean thread, and, after a thought, 10 caddies of flour. I'd planned to bring something home and had taken a clean sack from the house that morning. Not that I didn't want to bring more. I'd have emptied the space. But in this age of state purchase and supply, everything by coupon, the source was hard to explain. I could already picture the storm even this much would raise. At the village mouth, I saw 2 familiar shapes, Zhou Dahua and her bosom friend Zhao Dongmei, who yesterday had each in turn floated a meat payment offer for a pheasant and been refused. You'd think there'd be some coolness between them after that, but they chatted and laughed as if nothing had happened. Well, if it isn't the Qin eldest, Zhou Dahua started. Dark already. Why back so late? Off carousing where? Zhao Dongmei chimed in. Sharper. A dog can't change its ways. Those pheasants yesterday, who knows where from? Some shady doing, likely. Sharper because yesterday I'd told her she'd owe me 10. She'd not slept for it. Unable to fathom why Zhou Dahua rated 1 and she 10. I wasn't angry, only amused. No rush home today. I'd spar with the 2 a while. What's all this? Just because I refused your trade yesterday. No need for such spite. Calm words, but they struck the sore spot. The shameful business, plus my insult, had left a mark, and hearing it aired they couldn't bear it. Congratulations, Zhou Dahua's composure broken, middling. Reward, 10 caddies of donkey meat, 50 points. Congratulations, Zhao Dongmei's composure broken, minor. Reward, a bundle of foreign fire. Matches, 10 boxes, 10 points. 1 middling, 1 minor, out of sync even. Pa, brat, slander me again and I'll tear your mouth. When did I ever want your chicken? Clean your tongue. Frantic, they couldn't admit it. Unbothered, I went on. I've my reasons. I'm no hand at that business. Not like you two, veterans of 100 battles. My tolerance can't match yours. Tell you what, as a good deed, if you truly want chicken, go keep the lame Lou at the East End Company once, and I'll give each of you a pheasant. You're happy, he's happy, I'm happy. 3 birds, perfect. They gaped. Lame Lou at the East End was the whole village's pariah. Not just lame, his bladder couldn't hold, and he reeked of it day round. Want chicken they might, but even they had a line for that. Congratulations, Zhou Dahua's composure broken, major. Reward. Congratulations, major break. Reward, 300 caddies of fine potato seed, 100 points. Congratulations, Zhao Dongmei's composure broken, major. Reward, 5 packets of harmless ripening agent, 100 points. Joy in me. The upgrade had given the space another moo, and I'd worried about seed. No longer. Potato out yields wheat or corn by far. Over 1,000 caddies a moo even in this age, against wheat's pitiful 100-odd on the best land. In a later age, with modern methods, 5 to 8,000. The 3 famine years begin this year. Planting potato in the space now is shrewd. The harmless ripening agent. I didn't know. I'd look later, the 2 still before me. My words drew their curses, of course, but having gotten what I came for, I shouldered the sack and left. I'd no fear of trading insults with them. It even earned rewards. I could stand and curse all day, but no need. Goodwill isn't shorn to the skin in one go. Everything wants sustainable management. Scare them off for good, and they'd dodge me forever, a net loss. One full meal needn't mean every meal. Behind me, third person, since I'd gone. They wondered when my tongue had gotten so venomous. The old me barely spoke even when greeted. 2 defeats running stung the village's noted gossips, who'd never feared anyone at quarreling. Then Zhao Dongmei noticed my bulging sack, and Zhou Dahua's mind turned. Come, let's follow and look. They set off after me. Home, Xiaoyu saw me first. It's big brother, Mama, he's back. She trotted up. Why so late? Mama was worried. Did Xiaoyu miss me? Yes. I set the sack down, rubbed her head, and, miming a pocket, slipped her a Mickey Mouse candy, finger to my lips. A secret between you and big brother. Tell no one. She nodded, half understanding. Master, you're finally back? I missed you to death, came to Huang next. How many times? Don't talk to me like that. I cursed inwardly, my good mood draining. Master, the reward you promised? I'd forgotten. I'd promised him a treat for guiding Song Siyun back. 2 pheasants next time up the mountain. I want 10. Once I'd have kicked him, but I was in the wrong this time. You can't even eat that many. Not your concern. How I eat is my business. A pet, saying that to its master? A few kicks set it right, and the long-missed feeling settled me. Beast pet attributes raised. I'd wondered all afternoon why the ping was late, so there's a contact step with the pet after a hunt. Master, I feel terrifyingly strong now. Before I could check his sheet, my mother came out of the kitchen, Suchin behind, my father to the main room door. Xiaoyu's shout had roused the whole family, all but Qinzheng. I held off opening the panel. From the dog's words and my own shift, his gain seemed bigger than last time, but the figure would wait for night. Brat, why so late? I knew your rush to the co-op meant nothing good. Off loafing where? My father raged. Xiaoyi, didn't I say come straight back after selling? One day, and you're your old self. Can't you grow some sense? My mother reproached. And the pheasant money, how much is left? Her worry for my safety, now that I was plainly fine, turned straight to the cash. My father glared, all hating iron for not being steel. Father, mother, don't be upset. It's not what you think. I gave the day in brief, hiding the Song Siyun bone setting, hard to explain where I'd learned it, and the Qin Baojin beating, glossing the catch count. At the co-op, I meant to sell the pheasants, but a man fancied the grouse and insisted on trading coupons for them. You traded? I did. For what? Some coupons, and I bought a few things with them. Her face went anxious. You bought things? What? I looked at the sack. It's all here. She opened it, and her eyes flew wide. Congratulations. Li Chui's composure broken, middling. Reward. 10 caddies of steamed buns, 50 points. My father came over, then Suchin and Xiaoyu, the 4 ringing the sack. Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken, middling. Reward. 10 pig kidneys, 50 points. Congratulations. Chun Suchin's composure broken, middling. Reward. 10 caddies of soybean oil, 50 points. At the pig kidneys, I shot my father a complicated look. Why is everything off and below the belt? Only Xiaoyu stayed calm. Too young to grasp it, just glad of more good food. Outside, the 2 gossips had crept up to peer in. Third person. Too far to hear, they only saw the family ringed oddly around a sack and grew more curious. These, all bought with traded coupons, my father demanded. Having made out the contents, flour, bean thread, pork, a packet of brown sugar, to him not a delight, but a fright. I nodded. Spendthrift, who told you to buy this? How much did it cost? My mother cried. Quick, take it back. Coupons alone don't buy, money too. Mother, co-op goods can't be returned. Then what do we do? Near at a loss. I kept my eyes on her, afraid the upset would harm her, The reason I hadn't brought more, not even the liberation shoes I'd sized for them. Luckily, no sign of her heart acting up. Mother, calm down, it didn't cost much. My father urged calm too, and she eased. Tell me, how much, all told? I didn't dare hide it. 2 caddies of pork, 7 mao 5 a caddy, plus 2 caddies of meat coupon. I set the pork in Suchin's basket. 1 yuan 5, Suchin blurted. 2 caddies of brown sugar, 7 mao a caddy, 2 caddies of sugar coupon. 1 yuan 4. And her voice went heavier, her face darker. I swallowed. I wanted to say, Mother, let's not tally it, but knew she'd refuse and curse me. 10 caddies of flour, 1 mao 5 a caddy, 10 caddies of grain coupon. I said gingerly, stealing glances. 1 yuan 5, squeezed through her teeth. Anything else? No. The bean thread the man threw in for the grouse. She pressed on. How many grouse for those coupons? 1. What's the co-op pay a caddy? Silence. I felt interrogated. I was being interrogated. Speak. At that one word, even my father flinched. 8 mao. Transparent prices, no hiding it. Both grouse yesterday were about the same, 7, 8 caddies at least. 8 mao a caddy, 7 caddies is 5 yuan 6. Plus 1 5, 1 4, 1 5. You went out and spent a full 10 yuan. How did I bear such a spendthrift's son? She trembled. 10 yuan was a fortune, near 10 days of a town worker's wage. How long for their family to save it? And I'd blown it at once on needless food when she'd hoped to clear debt with it. To the frugal woman the sky had fallen. Brat, wait till I thrash you later. Hun a little money and you squander it all. My father snapped, near striking me, but for needing to steady my mother. What are you all doing? Father, that I can't accept. Squander it all? I sold for far more than this. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a fat fistful of bills. The room hit pause. They could only stare, dazed. Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken, middling. Reward, 10 sheep knuckle bones, 50 points. Li Chui, middling, 10 caddies of raw beef, 50 points. Chun Suchin, middling, 10 chi of cloth coupon, 50 points. Zhou Dahua, middling, 5 raw pig tails, 50 points. Zhao Dongmei, middling, 5 caddies of raw pork liver, 50 points. A whole string. I hadn't thought a fistful of bills would land this hard. A haul of goods and 250 points in one go. And why 2 odd extras mixed in? Da Huang, go look outside. Once he'd gone, the family came round. Where'd you get this much money? My father asked, spotting a big black tin and reckoning 10 or 20 yuan. Sold from hunting. Think me a fool. 2 grouse fetch that? I told you. I hunted again this morning. 3 pheasants, 2 grouse. I'd mentioned it earlier, but the sack had stolen their attention. Hunting's that easy now. Lucky, maybe. He couldn't refute it. Only watched me. Complicated. My mother's method was simpler. She snatched the bills from my hand, resisted counting them, and tucked them away. Wealth not shown. Who knew who watched? She'd count them inside tonight. Mother, none for me. I teased. For you? In your hands, it'd be wasted in no time. I'll keep it for your bride money. And don't think you're off the hook for that 10 yuan. I'll settle with you later. I only smiled, truly my mother. Then Da Huang barked outside, and his voice came. Master, those 2 gossips from the village mouth were eavesdropping, saw me and bolted. Scared off by you. The dog that can't catch a pheasant, full of himself now. Master, they may have seen something, silence them? Get back here. Right. No surprise, I'd guess from the pings. Annoying as the 2 are, it didn't matter if they knew. I neither steal nor rob, nothing to fear. Mother, I've an idea. Pork stewed with bean thread tonight. I knew you'd nothing good up your sleeve. No festival, why pork and bean thread? Pheasant and mushroom yesterday already. Grown a golden mouth? Who eats meat daily? No surprise, but I wasn't giving up. Mother, don't mother me, I'm not your mother. So real. As she made to leave, I signaled my father with a look. He started, that I dared ask him for help. The old me had treated him as an enemy. He nodded, all confidence. Time to show what fatherly love means. Wife, no. Right away. That fast. Worse than me. I'd at least struggled. Congratulations. Chun Tieshan's composure broken, minor. Reward. 2 caddies of pig intestine, 10 points. Huh. The below-the-belt champion. I turned a pleading look to Suchin, who wrestled with it. too shy to ask for pork and bean thread, but unable to refuse her brother. "Mother, I'd like pork stewed with bean thread," she finally gathered courage to say. My mother stopped, turned, disbelieving. She knew her eldest, sensible, gentle, always working quietly, never grasping, giving the good things to the younger ones, never once asking for a dish. She looked from Suchin to me and understood. "Begging your sister won't help," I said no. Then Xiaoyu, silent till now. "Mama, I want it too. I've forgotten what it tastes like," swallowing hard, the most honest of all. I gave her a quiet thumbs up, a divine assist. With everyone but Chun Zheng speaking up, my mother wavered, sighed, fixed me with a glare. Eat it, I truly owe you." I laughed and carried the food to the kitchen. "I'll cook." Meanwhile, third person, far off, the two gossips stopped running. "Enough. The chins didn't catch us," Zhou Dahua panted. "White flour, pork, sugar, bean thread, all that money. Can hunting really sell for that?" Zhao Dongmei muttered, finding it unbelievable. "Pa him. All that. How many kills to trade for? Even the best hunter couldn't in 2 days. Crooked, surely, stolen from somewhere." Zhao Dongmei nodded along. The village idlers suddenly getting rich by hunting was unacceptable to them. "Sanha can't have such a scoundrel. Come, let's tell the village head." "What are you two doing, hauling at me?" Village head Lu Jinwei shook off their grip, just up from his rice bowl, dragged out before he could even get the story. "Head, there's a thief in Sanha. Will you do something?" "A thief? Whose house?" He had to ask, being head. "Just come with us." Meanwhile, I was busy in the kitchen, bean threads soaking in warm water, all 2 caddies of pork sliced half a finger thick, the streaky fat, and red lean marbled, mouth-watering to look at. Xiaoyu stared, swallowing. Caught at it. "Big brother, I'm not greedy. I'm here to help." I only smiled. My father fetched 3 heads of pickled cabbage from the cellar crock, washed and cut a full basket. All the makings ready. I fired the wok, the pork hitting the oil with a crackle, then the pickled cabbage stir-fried in the fat, water added, and, unseen, an all-family spice packet dropped in. The kitchen filled with steam and the smell of pork and sour cabbage. In the yard my parents sat, eyes drifting kitchenward, mouths watering despite themselves. "Wife, what's gotten into the boy? An enemy a month ago, and after a spell at the old house he's a different person, possessed?" She shot him a look. "What a way to talk of your son. You're the possessed one." The boy's grown sensible. That's good. Not the first time she'd heard it, and she'd half wondered herself. But her main feeling was relief, and she'd brook no ill word of me, not even from him. He nodded. Who knew the old house had that effect? I should send Qin Zheng there 10 days. The boy's tempers the very mold of his brother's as a child. Just then Qin Zheng and I came out, from main room and kitchen, and his voice carried clear. We both froze. Me like Qin Zheng? Was I that prickly as a boy? Him like Chun Yi? Will I grow into that scoundrel? Congratulations. Chun Jing's composure broken, middling. Reward, 2 roast ducks, 50 points. I watched the boy, about to go out, turn and stalk back into the main room. Couldn't bear being likened to my childhood self? I went back to the kitchen. Seeing their reactions, my mother, wavering on my father's idea, nodded, but before she spoke, a stir at the gate, and the two went to look. Third person. Lu Jinwei stood with the gossips at the gate's edge, his face dark. He'd never dreamed they'd bring him to Chun Tieshan's door. He and Taizhan were childhood friends, close all their lives, and he'd helped the Chins much over my trouble a month back. That the Chins harbored a thief, he could not accept. Head, it's that little wretch Chun Yi. We saw him carry home pork and white flour and pull out a fat fistful of money. A boy like that, where'd he get it? Stolen, surely. Zhou Dahua, spittle flying. You 2 spendthrift hags. No proof and you call a man thief? Nonsense. Go home. But my parents had reached the gate. Jinwei, my father said, surprised, then warmly. Standing there for what? Come in, Xiao Yi's cooking pork and bean thread. Brother Taizhan. I. Before he finished, the 2 cut in. Head, you heard? Pork and bean thread, isn't that the proof? Their family. Who doesn't know they can barely eat pork and bean thread? And yesterday I saw the wretch with pheasants, stolen too, I'd bet. Everyone, come see, Sana's got a thief. Machine gun mouths, louder and louder. This hour, most of the village had eaten, And with no phones or TV, the evening's entertainment was strolling the street. The noise drew a crowd to the gate. A thief? Whose? Taizhan robbed. No. Sounds like the Chun boy stole something. That boy never did right. Gone bad at last. Brother Tieshan's luckless, Chui ailing, doctor and medicine eating their savings, and a worthless son besides. What did they do in a past life? How will this family get by? In the kitchen, I heard the commotion. Dahuang's voice came. Master, those two gossips are saying you stole, and there's a big crowd at the gate. My brow knit. I came out and saw my parents and sister at the gate, ringed by people, and my anger flared up. My mother's already poor. Her congenital heart can't take anger, and if this drove her to some harm, I'd have nowhere to repent. Big brother, what's wrong outside? Xiaoyu asked from the stove. Nothing. Stay here, I'll step out. I soothed her and strode to the gate, my face near dripping. Stop your nonsense. Yesterday's pheasants my Xiaoyi hunted in the old forest. Today's meat he bought at the co-op. My mother was saying loudly, her breath short, an unhealthy flush rising. She understood well enough by now what this was. Suqin, take your mother inside. Don't let them anger her into harm, my father said. Suqin moved, but my mother said, call my son a thief. You're the thieves. I won't go. With me here no one slanders my son. I'll die here before I move. Truly roused. The two looked frightened. All Sanha knew her condition, and a death would be no easy thing to clean up. But having said what they'd said before this crowd, to back down now would put the finger pointing on them. Frightening who? You know your son's character better than I. Him, hunt? Who'd believe it? Zhou Dahuan muttered. Right, shielding him is what really harms him. Steal pork today, more tomorrow, and it's prison in the end, Zhao Dongmei added. Bullshit, which I saw Chinese steal. No Chun for generations has been a thief. Clear this up today, or I'm not done with you, my father roared, and Lu Zhenwei backed him. Zhou Dahua, Zhao Dongmei, stop wagging your tongues. Nothing you've said proves a thing. Go home. I'll settle with you later. Zhou Dahua, no pushover, plopped down on the ground. Not done with me. Let's see how. Everyone come look. Chen Tieshan's about to hit people. Past saving now. Even the head was stuck. Get up. Someone fetch Lu Wubei. Have him haul this hag away. Lu Zhenwei ordered, Lu Wubei being her husband. Then to my father. Brother Taizhan, take sister-in-law inside. I've got this. My father's fists clenched, helpless, facing a shameless woman, and an elder besides. He could hardly strike her. But a look back at my mother told him she might not hold up. He sighed, meaning to get her home first and return to handle it. Wife. Before he finished, a figure shot from the yard, past him before he could react. Smack. Smack. Two crisp reports, and the two, mid-shriek, cut off, staring in disbelief at me. The crowd went silent. No one had thought I'd be so direct. Two open-handed slaps. Congratulations. Zhou Dahua's composure broken, middling. Reward. 5 caddies of aged vinegar, 50 points. Zhao Dongmei, middling. 5 caddies of soy sauce, 50 points. Dazed, till the sting hit. Brat, you dared hit me. Heaven cursed Chinee, I'll have it out with you. They lunged. I didn't give ground. A strapping lad handling 2 women was nothing. I've a rule against hitting women, but they'd threaten my family, rules aside. Seeing my mother's state, I felt the 2 slaps too light and was glad of a chance to add to them. What are you standing for? Hold them. Lu Zhenwei called, already gripping the flailing Zhou Dahua, and the villagers, still some plainness in them, not wanting it to blow up, moved in to restrain the 2. A pity, I thought. I turned to my stunned mother, father, and sister. Rest easy, I'm here. And they saw. I wore a mild, warm smile, strange as winter sun in that moment. My mother's churning settled, an ease in her at this sun both stranger and familiar. Then I turned back to the still cursing pair. Say I stole? Open your dog eyes. How did I steal? Bring proof, and I'll turn myself into the Public Security Bureau without a word, 10 years or 8. No proof, and we're not done. Coming to my own gate to make this scene. 2 slaps, let them off cheap. You're still not done? Your character. All Sana knows it. If you can hunt, my pigs can climb trees. Proof, you say? The pork and bean thread you're eating is proof. And that fistful of bills, dare you say there's none? If not stolen, where from? Zhou Dahua, still fierce. None of it was direct proof, but I'll grant it could breed doubt. Sensing the mood turn, Lu Jinwei hesitated. Then, Xiaoyi, your uncle believes you, but, a pause. When you hunted in the old forest, did anyone see you? I frowned. Whoever accuses bears the proof, self-justifying I disliked. But I saw his good intent. 3 men make a tiger, and in a village rumor can crush a person. I nodded. Someone saw. Who? Call them now. Prove you truly hunted up there, and your uncle guarantees, anyone in Sanha who speaks an ill word of your family after, I'll be the first against it. His partiality was plain by then. On the mountain, I met a sent-down youth named Song Siyun. He sent people to the youth point at once, 2 li off, in the next village's primary school. The great wave of sent-down youth hadn't begun, so the point held only a few, with Song Siyun, 2 women and 3 men. Third person at the youth point. The other woman, Qin Xiaoxia, teased the brooding Song Siyun about being dazed since the forest, missing a man, startling a blush from her and a flustered denial. Qin Xiaoxia, 18 like her and pretty in her own way, was only ribbing, and Song Siyun was in fact thinking of a man, not a sweetheart, but the one from the forest, whose strange doings had left a deep, odd impression she kept replaying. A tickle fight, a moment's accidental discovery that left Qin Xiaoxia marveling and Song Siyun fleeing out the door to wash clothes. When the Sanha villagers arrived asking for Song Siyun, hearing it concerned the man, Cheni? He's called Cheni. She agreed to come, dark as it was, unable to refuse after the day's help. And Qin Xiaoxia, not to be left out, came along. Meanwhile, the crowd at my gate swelled till near all Sanha had gathered. Among them, the widow Lu Huiru watched me. Pheasants, pork? I thought he'd gained some skill. Turns out it's thieving, and counted herself lucky not to have been taken in yesterday. Her only regret that her cover target would have to change. No one in Sanha fit better than me. Then someone shouted, "The ones who went for the woman are back." The crowd turned. I spotted Song Siyun at once, and Qin Xiaoxia beside her. And as the two came up, every eye fixed on them, the village men's especially, several wives pinching their husbands' waists for it. Song Siyun's gaze swept the crowd as if searching, and when it found me it locked, and she dropped her head, a blush rising she couldn't help. "Master, that big bottom's back. Kind of her, even brought you another." Grandpa Dog's trip wasn't wasted. But for the crowd, I'd have kicked the fool. "Call yourself Grandpa Dog again, and I'll geld you," I said inwardly, flat. No idle threat. Pet neutering wasn't common in this age, but I'd be a pioneer. He tucked his tail and slunk off. "Two comrades, sorry to trouble you so late," Lu Jinwei greeted, then pointed at me. "Did you see him in the old forest today?" All eyes on Song Siyun. "Yes," she said without pause. "I went to pick mushrooms and met him twice. I twisted my ankle, and he said it right." She left out the getting lost and the bone-setting details, too shy to admit her path blindness before this crowd. "Humph, not a word about my contribution," De Huang grumbled. Zhou Dahua and Zhao Dongmei's faces darkened, but Zhou Dahua wouldn't let it go. "When you saw him, did he have any quarry in hand?" I frowned. The gossip has some cunning. When Song Siyun saw me, I'd stowed the kills in the space, so she couldn't have seen any, but I wasn't worried. I could say I'd taken them after sending her off. 2 separate meetings already proved I'd been in the forest, clearing the theft. Then Song Siyun said, "Yes." My heart jolted. She'd lied for me? "Master, the big bottom must like you. Else why lie with her eyes open?" "De Huang, from now till morning, one more word out of you, and you're finished." My final warning. The dog could push it before this crowd, and I'd still act. Impossible. How could that wretch Chinny hunt? And set bones? Set one for me to see, then. Plainly they cooked it up together, Zhou Dahua railed. But now not a soul at the gate believed her. Zhou Dahua's gone too far. Facts laid bare, and she still slanders. What grudge, to ruin the Chens like this? Vicious heart. Marrying her was 8 generations bad luck. The Chun boys made something of himself. Hunting, bone setting, never saw it in him. All round, censure of her and praise of me. Her husband Lu Wubei, losing face, tugged at her. But small as he was, he couldn't budge the stout woman, and she rounded on him. "Shaming you? Are you even a man? Watching your wife bullied, and not a peep? Marrying you was my ruin." His dark face went liver purple. "Zhou Dahua, enough. The facts are plain. What are you still shouting? Xiaoyi's done nothing wrong, Lu Jinwei said sternly. But she heard no one. Ranting on that song Siyun and I had colluded, sinking at last to filth. Vixen, shameless pair. Song Siyun, who'd never seen such a scene, could only repeat, I didn't, and stop your nonsense. While Qin Xiaoxia fired back, the two girls no match for the season gossip and her helper Zhao Dongmei. No one noticed me move. Not till I gripped Zhou Dahua's arm did she react. Brat, you. Before she finished, I lifted my hand. A crack, and let go, and her arm hung limp. I'd popped her shoulder from its socket. Ah! A pig-stuck scream. Anyone who's dislocated a joint knows the piercing of it. Brat, what did you do? You said I can't set bones. I'm giving you a demonstration. The bone-setting hand skill unsets as easily as it sets. Congratulations, Zhou Dahua's composure broken major. Reward, 60 caddies of Wuchang rice, 100 points. Rice, like white flour, is fine grain. A pot of fragrant rice was top fare in this age. She made to curse again. Swallow it. One more word, and I take the other arm too. Sweating with pain, full of fury, she shut up. My eyes told her I'd do it. Brother Chinyi, today was a misunderstanding. The woman was wrong. I apologize for her. Could you put her arm back? Said Lu Wubei. No, I said it once. Brother Wubei, it's not that I won't give you face, but if this passes without a reckoning, anyone can come make a scene at my gate. And how do we live then? He's an honest man, decent to neighbors. I'd no quarrel with him, hence the word of explanation. Then how should this be settled? Your household and Zhao Dongmei's each put up 100 eggs, and I'll let it drop. 100 eggs? You'll be the death of us, Zhou Dahua cried. Congratulations. Middling break. 30 caddies of soybean, 50 points. Eggs are hard currency in this age. Near money in a remote village. 10 eggs for a caddy of salt. 2 caddies of eggs for a caddy of pork. 100 farm eggs is 10 caddies at least, and her house couldn't even produce them. I ignored her. Eyes on Lu Wubei. Brother Chinyi, 100's, a lot. Could it be fewer? Not one fewer. In the wrong, and with her shoulders swelling high, he had to nod. Head, the 100 eggs, let's settle it in work points. Lu Jinwei nodded. Fine, 100 work points. Fair, and Lu Wubei agreed. I reset her arm. The moment she felt all right, her mind turned scheming again. Head, I don't think this is quite. And Lu Wubei kicked her backside. Still talking? But for that mouth this wouldn't have happened. Move. She gaped. The first time he'd ever struck her, he was truly at his limit. She shot me a venomous look and fled with him. I'd held back the meat payment business out of regard for him, or her family would have been nailed to Sana's pillar of shame. And you? I looked at Zhao Dongmei and her husband. Need I act? No. We'll put up 100 eggs too. She waved, truly frightened, understanding now that I was not to be trifled with. Congratulations. Zhao Dongmei's composure broken, middling. Reward, 2 bottles of soy sauce, 50 points. They left in work points too, and with no more show, the villagers dispersed. Why look at me like that? I asked, meeting my parents' and sisters' complicated eyes. This was not the Chunyi they knew. The old me glared and smashed bowls, a brainless brute. Not this sharp-tongued, orderly hand, and the bone-setting and unsetting had made their scalps prickle. Brother Taizhan, sister-in-law, Xiaoyi's truly come good. Hunting now. Maybe a hunter like his grandfather one day, Lu Jinwei said to smooth things, then caught my mother's face stiffen and remembered how the grandfather had ended. Sister-in-law, I didn't mean, she wasn't angry. Brother Jinwei, thank you for today. My father echoed it, urging him in to eat. Lu Jinwei declined, saying it was all my doing, and he must get the 2 youths back. My mother turned to them. Comrades, sorry you were frightened. Won't you come in and eat before you go? Song Siyun waved it off. We've eaten, and Qin Xiaoxia promptly said, Sister Siyun, when did we eat? I don't remember. Song Siyun went red. You. She stared at Qin Xiaoxia, mouth working, nothing out, all flustered. My mother understood. Don't be shy, comrade Song. Thanks to you today. Come in, just another pair of chopsticks. No, it's too much trouble. No trouble at all. Cornered, Song Siyun turned for help to Qin Xiaoxia, who was already walking into the yard, muttering, I heard there's pork and bean thread, haven't had it in ages. No reserve at all. Song Siyun had to yield, her gaze meeting mine unbidden. Seeing me watching with a smile, she dropped her head, face burning. Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken. Minor. Reward. 2 caddies of walnut kernels, 10 points. A single glance breaks her. Poor nerves, but I like it that way. Jinwei. Both youths are in. Don't stand there. Must I beg you? My father said, and Lu Jinwei relented. Seated, I soon carried in a full enamel basin of pork and bean thread, the smell setting everyone's mouths watering. Come, all of you, dig in, don't stand on ceremony, my father called. Song Siyun, still shy but seated, aimed her chopsticks at a strand of pickled cabbage, and Qin Xiaoxia struck the very spot, hauling up cabbage, bean thread, and a fat slab of streaky pork all at once, eyes shining. So good. Auntie, your cooking could headline a state restaurant, she told my mother, thumb up. Good if it's tasty. Eat more. This girl's a hearty eater, my mother laughed then. But the pork and bean thread isn't mine, Xiaoyi made it. Song Siyun looked at me, disbelieving. You can cook. Qin Xiaoxia cut in, not hiding her scorn, her eyes saying you? What, don't look it. She shook her head flatly. Not at all. Where do these iron-headed simpletons come from? Saying that at someone's table, not afraid of being thrown out. Lu Jinwei broke the awkwardness. Brother Taizhan, sister-in-law, you're blessed. Xiaoyi can hunt and cook this well. Good days ahead. Whoever's daughter marries him is lucky. My parents demurred. He's not so fine as you say. But for all her dismissive words, my mother's pride showed plain, and Lu Jinwei only nodded and let it go. My mother knows how to humble brag. Song Siyun had just put a piece of pork in her mouth. Even sent-down youths didn't live well. Those without family help often went months without meat. And she was the second kind. She'd come down to flee her family, who didn't even know where she was, let alone send help. Facing the glistening basin she'd held back, then couldn't. She ate gingerly, and feeling my eyes her heart jolted. Anyone else, and it'd be nothing. But it was me, and after the day, and lying for me before Zhou Dahua, she had some nameless feeling toward me. She wanted to stop chewing, but the meat seemed to leap in her mouth, too good to quit. Her face reddened again, and she turned away. Congratulations, minor break. Reward. 2 caddies of red goji, 10 points. Another break off a glance, too easy by half. A match for my little brother. A regular guest on the break list, +1. My father rose and took a bottle of bulk sweet potato liquor from under the cabinet. A drop? A drop, said Lu Jinwei. And they smiled. Men's joy is simple. Sweet potato liquor's a poor man's choice. Cloudy, oddly bitter, but the co-op's sorghum spirit at 8 mao a caddy, even in bulk, was beyond a village family. My father poured himself a coarse bowl, then one for Lu Jinwei. And I held out a bowl too. Some for me. He looked at me, surprised I'd dare ask. The gesture, the tone, so natural you'd think us a fond pair of brothers. How old are you, Drink? No. My mother cut in, glaring. Mother, you didn't say that yesterday when you'd marry me a big-bottomed wife. She was double-standard indeed. Choked, about to retort, and Song Siyun suddenly fit a fit of coughing that pulled my mother's attention. Comrade Song, what's wrong? She poured her water. Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken, middling. Reward. 10 caddies of milk, 50 points. Odd. I hadn't even looked at her. A middling break? Then I saw her flushed face and stiff posture and understood. DeWong's name for her is always Big Bottom. And Song Siyun knows her own body better than anyone. My big-bottomed wife, line had, by sheer accident, struck a nerve. I was innocent, truly not on purpose this time, but no moment to explain. Let it ride. When she recovered, no one asked, taking it for a stray cough, and she eased to find her inner mortification unnoticed. Brat, bring the bowl over, my father said. My mother stared at him. The old me had come home drunk with bad company more than once, infuriating him. Now he was pouring for me himself. The boy's grown. A little drink's no harm, he said, and Lu Jinwei agreed. After today, even I as an uncle have to concede, he's grown into a man. My mother relented. Only one bowl. The bowls held about 2 liang. Thank you, mother. I'm no devotee of drink. Only the moment moved me. I'd often refuse it. It was my father's words that surprised me. A bowl of sweet potato liquor, sharp, bitter on the finish, no good drink. but he and Lu Jinwei sipped it happily with the stew. Tomorrow when I'm back from the forest, I'll bring out that bottle of Old Elm for the old man. Say I bought it at the co-op. With two youths present, they only sipped, not drinking deep. Halfway through, Song Xian spoke. Chin Yi, Uncle Taizan, I haven't thanked you, but for you teaching Chun Yi bone setting, who knows when I'd have gotten out of the forest today. Bone setting? What bone setting? My father asked. My heart jolted, the thing I'd feared. Never mind that. Eat before it cools, I said quickly, but neither of them dropped it. Chun Yi set it on the back mountain. His father, that's you, is the area's famous bone setter. My father turned, dark-faced. You're a bone setter? Father, let me explain. A cold snort. No more. He meant to let his fist explain after dinner. Song Xian saw something was off and puzzled. Did Chin Taizhan not set bones? Then why had I said so? And the setting itself was no fake. She said no more, turning to Qin Xiaoxia for a look, but the girl was head down shoveling food, oblivious. Sister Siyun, this pork bean thread's so good. Heartless thing. The meal ran half an hour, and near its end Song Siyun asked my father, Uncle Taizan, how old are Xiaoyu and little Zheng? She'd learned the family's names over dinner, Xiaoyu beside her, warmed to her after the shyness. 6 this year, he answered, puzzled. She nodded. Has the family thought of sending them to school? He fell silent, traded a look with my mother, and smiled awkwardly. Comrade Song, you mightn't know our situation. Your auntie's poorly, needs medicine year-round, can't do much field work, and with one thing and another we've run up a lot of debt. No way to put 2 children through school. Tuition was free, but fees and books ran 2 or 3 yuan a term, 11 or 12 a year for both. A heavy load. For all the better eating these 2 days from my hunting, the family's hole was far from filled. He smiled, but his shame showed. My mother bowed her head, full of guilt. What parent doesn't want their children lettered? Uncle, Auntie, don't worry about the money. The school has fee waiver places for poor families. I can apply for Xiaoyu and little Zheng. Song Xian said earnestly. Children should be in school, or they'll be stuck blind in these mountains all their lives, never get out. She meant it. In this age, most village children didn't study, which only made learning precious. A scholar in the family was an honor to the ancestors. Tempted but hesitant, even fees waived, schooling brings other costs. Could they bear it? I meant to speak, but my sister Qin Suqin spoke first. Father, mother, Xiaoyu and little Zheng should go to school. I looked at her, surprised. In the oil lamp's wavering light, her gentle, pretty face was set with a resolve I'd never seen on her before. Suqin, you, my mother started, surprised, like me, but Suqin cut in. Mother, I'll never get out of these mountains in this life, but I won't have my little brother and sister end up like me. I want them to see the world outside. Something twisted in me, my nose stinging. Last life, she was the same. After our father's death, to bury him and to keep providing for the family, she'd given herself to the bastard Qin Baojin and was destroyed by it. To her, home and kin always mattered more than herself. Today's beating of Qin Baojin felt too light, but it could all still be changed, not only her tragedy averted, but her own longed for life within reach. My mother, struck by the words, opened her mouth and said nothing, an odd light in her eyes. Sister Suqin, it's not only the twins. You have a chance too, Song Xian said. The school runs a literacy night class. In the slack season you could go evenings. Me? No need. Suqin waved hurriedly, flustered. Let Xiaoyi go. Just the little ones is enough. Speaking of herself, all her resolve vanished, the old habit of counting herself as nothing. Then my father drained his bowl of sweet potato liquor in one go. Go, all of you go. I won't believe a man can be beaten down by such a thing. I'll sell the pots and iron if I must, but I'll put you through school. Lu Jinwei was moved too. Right. If the children want it, we parents must back them, whatever it takes. Not like my 2 louts, no good for books at all. Sending them to school is like killing them. Anything you need, come to your uncle. If I can help, no second word. So it was settled. New students weren't enrolling yet, but with Song Siyun and Qin Xiaoxia teaching there, sitting the twins in to audit was no trouble. Get used to the place. Then start with the new first years next term, a little foundation under them. Years later, recalling this pork and bean thread meal, we'd all see how great a turning point it was for the Chens. Without Song Siyun, without Suchin's resolve, our parents' resolve, Lu Jinwei's support, and my own efforts after, the heights to come couldn't have been reached. Remove anyone, and it falls apart. As Lu Jinwei made to leave, my mother called him, came over, and pressed a fold of bills into his hand. Take these 15 yuan. The other 35 I'll repay later. He refused at once. Sister-in-law, what's this? The children start school tomorrow. You need money. I don't right now. Take it back. He meant it. Over my trouble a month back my father had to ask, and Lu Jinwei had lent 50 straight off. No small sum for a village family, head or not. Jinwei, take it. Everyone's hard up. Owing you always sits ill with me, my father said. It wasn't the first time he'd borrowed from him, my mother's doctoring being a recurring need, though never so large. Brother Taizhan, what kind of talk is this? What are we to each other? You're slapping my face. Anger rose in him. He turned to go. Uncle Jinwei, you must take these 15 today, I said firmly. All paused. You brat, he began. I cut in. Uncle Jinwei, you know I can hunt now. These 2 days my kills have averaged near 15 yuan a day. So don't worry. With me here, our days won't be as before. They'll only get better. He frowned, disbelieving. 15 a day, 30 in 2, a town worker's month, and looked to my father, who nodded that it was true. He accepted it then. The forest's dangerous. No one's promised to catch daily. These 2 days you were lucky. Uncle Jinwei, refuse more and it's affectation. We're grown men. Why so fussy? If it comes to it, I'll borrow from you again. He swallowed the rest. That's no way to talk to your Uncle Jinwei. Itching for it? My father scolded, but Lu Jinwei laughed. Brat, lecturing me now. Brother Taizhan, don't be angry. The boy's got a point. Fine, I'll not be precious about it. Pocketing the 15 carefully, he said in parting. Brat, you've finally grown sensible. No more trouble. I felt his goodwill and grinned. Rest easy, Uncle Jinwei. I've a warmth for him. Last life, after my father died, he kept helping me. But the next year, once the Great Famine began, he was accused of embezzlement, stripped of his production brigade leader's post, his family driven from Sana, never seen by me again, said to have lived wretchedly. I never believed the embezzlement, and the whole thing reeked of a frame. Embezzling brigade property was a grave crime, and real evidence would have meant prison, not mere expulsion. Back then, barely surviving, I could do nothing. This time, reborn, I must. I'll leave no regret. I gathered myself. Father, mother, I'll see the 2 youths off. Dark out, and 2 girls walking the night road wasn't safe. Less so with what I knew from the future clue slip. They agreed readily. I glanced at Song Siyun. Let's go. Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken, minor. Reward. 1 caddy of pork jerky, 10 points. I truly only glanced. I didn't dare imagine how many times she'd break on the walk. The country night was still, a few bird calls now and then, the moon bright enough to walk without a flashlight. Congratulations. Minor break. 3 caddies of cotton, 10 points. 2 caddies of raisins. 2 caddies of chili. 3 caddies of radish. 3 caddies of sweet potato. The pings came one after another. 2 li, 5 breaks. A merciless break machine. Rewards off this youth needed only a glance. By the end I could hardly keep a straight face, half worried I'd leave her with some complex. Her side, observed and inferred. She was all unease. Maybe for the day's forest fluster, maybe for lying for me at the gate, maybe the big-bottomed wife, lying at the table. Near me she felt cramped, her heart pounding, her face afire, and she kept sending Qin Xiaoxia looks for help. But that one, a belly full of pork and bean thread, was busy admiring the birdsong and stars, oblivious. At last Song Siyun couldn't bear it, and when my gaze fell on her again she gathered courage. Why? Why do you keep looking at me? Surprised she'd spoken rather than silently break, I answered. Why did you lie for me before all those people today? Congratulations. Minor break. 10 eggs, 10 points. So not a changed temper, just 1 more line. She steadied. I just felt you don't seem like a thief. A good person, I'd say. Lucky there's no good person card yet. The odd trust warmed me, and after her pushing for the twins' schooling and telling Suchin of the night class, my regard for her had grown. Remember what I told you. A blood calamity's near. For 10 days, don't go out at night. Grave this time, not the offhand forest warning. Second time she'd heard it. Not understanding, she nodded. All right, I'll remember. Then Qin Xiaoxia sidled up. You can tell fortunes too? Yes. Read mine? Eyes shining. I looked her over. Have people said since you were small that you're a bit dim? Song Siyun could tell I was teasing, but Qin Xiaoxia couldn't. How did you know? Then, to Song Siyun, Sister Siyun, he's spot on. I'd only said it to farm a reward. The simple girl hadn't caught it. Heartless, untroubled by life. More, she pressed. Getting nothing off her, I waved her off. Heaven's secrets can't be told. She begged on, fruitlessly, and gave up, grumbling back at the youth point that I was stingy. Her sighed. That night, eyes shut, she couldn't sleep. My shadow kept crossing her mind and into her dreams. Home, I started at the doorway. Father? Sitting here in the dead of night. Why aren't you asleep? Got the two youths back? He asked instead. Yes. He'd waited up for me. The age's safety far short of later times, and backed by the Xing'an. Hungry animals came down at night. He stood. What you said today, you lied, didn't you? My heart jolted. I feigned puzzlement. Father, what do you mean? Oomph. Knew you wouldn't admit it. Dead duck stubborn since a boy. Don't think silence fools me. Trading grouse for coupons? The nerve. That story works on your mother, not me. I was startled he'd sensed it. The coupon trade was invented, but certain he couldn't guess the true source. The system was beyond imagining. As my mind raced for a patch, he went on, graver. Meat coupon, grain coupon, sugar coupon, bean thread. How could one person carry all that at once? You split the grouse and traded with several people. I blinked. That's what he'd seen through. He had some cunning, but not much. Right? I agreed, pained. He let it go. Then, at dinner the youth mentioned bone setting. When did you learn that? I'd readied this one. Hunting in the old forest these days, I met an old hunter and learned it from him. He frowned. A man's heart is hidden behind his ribs. I don't oppose your hunting, but keep your guard up with anyone. The more so with forest hunters. They're no kind sort, or you mightn't know how you died. Then a sigh, and he turned in. Doubt had risen in him about letting me hunt. I felt undertones in his words, but couldn't press his vanishing back. In my room, opened the space. My consciousness fell, then steadied inside. It had reached level 2 that morning. Beside the first moo, a new plot with a ridge run between. By the flow, the wheat was about 5 days sown. Tender green shoots up through the black soil, short but glad to see. I sowed the 300 caddies of fine potato seed. Different crop, but the space gives each its ideal conditions, no interference. Then I drew out the 5 packets of harmless ripening agent to learn its use at last. Harmless ripening agent. 1 packet treats 1 moo, granting crops 3 days growth in a short time. My heart leapt. System, those 3 days, outside time or space time? Space. Overjoyed, at 6 times flow, a packet adds 18 days. 5 packets, 90, plus the 5 plus already grown, 95, at 100 days to ripen. In under 5 more days, under 1 space day, the wheat would be ready. No hesitation. I scattered 2 packets on the wheat, and the tender shoots shot up, a moo of wheat hauling skyward as if 100 times sped, a near-audible creak in the stalks. Village-born, I felt that buried Chinese farming gene open, a strange contentment. 10 minutes I just watched, savoring it. 41-day wheat, late jointing into early booting, stalks 4 or 5 tens of centimeters, past the knee from bare shoots, the green smell on the air. Then I cast the last 3 packets, and it surged again, stalks rising, heads emerging and swelling. Wheat runs through sowing, emergence, tillering, jointing, booting, heading, flowering, grain filling, ripening. 3 packets, 54 days, plus the 41, 95 outside days now. Late grain fill into the milk stage. The stalks turned pale gold, the harvest in sight. I gazed round. If this were 100 moo of good land, wheat to the horizon, just to look at it daily would be such happiness. My urge to level the space up burned hotter than ever. Withdrawing, I'd carried out 1 ear of wheat. I rubbed it in my palm, the husk falling, soft grains in my hand. At this stage, a bundle roasted over the cooking fire is wonderful, a taste no village child forgets. A pity I can't bring wheat out. No explaining it. We plant spring wheat here, only just sown, and a fistful now would frighten my below-the-belt champion, Father Witless. I smiled it off, put the rubbed grains in my mouth, sweet, fragrant, and slept content, the wheat smell seemingly in my dreams. Third person, deep night. The furtive figure appeared again at the widow Lu Huiru's door. You came yesterday, why again? What? Don't want me to. In the dark she rolled her eyes. Nonsense. You know my wish. I'd have you here every day. He set the pork he'd brought on the table. You saw what happened at the Chun gate today. She nodded, didn't think Chun Yi had it in him. Zhou Dahua and Zhao Dongmei both came off badly, half afraid in hindsight, glad he'd not unset her joints the day before. Let's drop our plan. Even if it works, when Chun Yi learns the child's not his, that wretch might do anything. She'd grown fearful. She'd picked him for an easy mark, and he'd rewritten that. He thought, then, no. His hunting's good for us. How? You dull woman. Long hair, short sight. A few pheasants I don't care for. Forget what Zhou Dahua said. He took pheasants, traded for meat, and sold for tens of yuan. The village knows his grandfather was Lin Shan's best hunter. Sick in the head, only took a set amount yearly. The boys got the same route, a knack for it. Marry him, egg him on to hunt more and sell more. When the time's ripe, I'll find a way to put him in prison, and all the money he's saved is ours. A nastier plan than mere patsyhood, born of learning my ability. Send him to prison. How? The village doesn't bother, but the higher-ups long ago ordered, no hunting up the mountain without a hunter's license. Block his license, let him hunt a while, then one report. He left the rest unsaid. She laughed. You've the cleverer head. And the night went on. I didn't know a scheme against me was quietly drawing open. At 6 I woke, and, before rising, opened the panel. Too glad of the ripening wheat last night. I'd forgotten to check points or the dog. Name, Chun Yi. Age 18. Points, 1,540. System space. Level 2, 2,000 to upgrade. Pet, De Huang. Skills, second shot perfect marksmanship, bone-setting hands. 1,000 plus banked again since the upgrades deduction. Then the pet, De Huang. Common mongrel. Speed 12, plus 4. Intelligence 38, plus 4. Defense 14, plus 2 plus 4. Attack 12, plus 4. Talent. Enhanced smell, 2 li range. All at last to par. Some comfort. At 10 this morning, I'm to collect the second pet from the forest. Eager and uneasy both. Let the dog system be reliable this once, and not saddle me with another pit trap pet, or I'll curse. And by the promise to Song Siyun, I'm to take the twins to school today. After Xiaoyu's last life fate, I dared not be careless. Sending them to school is itself a protection. Even the boldest trafficker won't snatch a child from a schoolhouse, short of a death wish. I resolved to walk them to and from school myself, at least until the trafficker threat is fully dealt with. Dressed? Out. I swept the yard as yesterday. Ate, and as I rose my mother handed me a bamboo basket, a couple dozen eggs, and the cured bacon I'd brought out 2 days back. Mother, what's this? Give these to Comrade Song and Comrade Chin at the school today. They agreed to apply the poor student places for the twins. We can't let them trouble themselves for nothing with no token from us. I hadn't thought of it. Mother, this. I've talked it over with your father. It's decided. I knew her. She'd never take a free favor, and my space wasn't short of this much. I nodded. I'll need a good excuse to bring more home. Else the space's goods just sit wasted. Xiaoyu, little Zheng. Out. Off to school with your brother, she called. Xiaoyu bounced out first, grabbed my hand. Big brother. I smiled, happy to go to school. Yes. Good girl, study hard. And when you're grown, take the college exam, go to a big city. I stroked her head, a warm picture. But when Chun Zheng came out, my smile vanished. I gave him a flat glance and a cold, let's go. His sighed, smiles for Xiaoyu. Ice for him. The difference too plain. Congratulations. Chun Zheng's composure broken. Congratulations. Middling break. 2 caddies of white sugar, 50 points. No surprise. Full dog, come on. De Huang, hiding in the kitchen, flinched and shrank deeper, sure that being called meant hunting. Attributes at par now or not. Given my pace, he'd meet a big beast sooner or later. Better a watchdog's life. Hiding? Think I don't know you're in the kitchen. Must I come fetch you? Unable to dodge, he slunk out, tail tucked. Master, no hunting today, right? What do you think? Why else bring you? For a stroll. Not even alive for him. I took Xiaoyu's hand and set off. Qinzheng trailed, scowling. My mother had pieced together scrap cloth overnight to sew each a satchel, corn cakes and pickle inside for lunch. School being in Lijia village 2 li off, and in this age one school served several villages, some children walking 10-odd li, no going home at noon, and she'd tuck brown sugar into the cakes. Fine fare when sweetness is so dear. Big brother, what do you do at school? Xiaoyu asked. Learn knowledge. Last life, after the widow ran off with the bastard's child, I taught myself with fierce will to near a high school level. What's knowledge? Hard to explain. With it, Xiaoyu can do many things she wants. See beautiful places, meet interesting people, eat lots of good food. Good food lit her up. I like school, I want knowledge, and not just for me. I'll bring father, mother, big brother, big sister, and little brother good food too. From a grown mouth, it'd sound odd. From a 6-year-old, only heartwarming. Who wouldn't love such a sister? Not like the stubborn one behind. A thought struck. I stopped and turned to Qinzheng, who was surprised. Big brother waiting for him? When he came up, I lifted Xiaoyu's satchel off her neck and, under his disbelieving eyes, hung it on him. One satchel become 2. Big brother, why give my satchel to little brother? Xiaoyu asked. It's heavy. Let him carry it for you. His sighed. Feel it heavy and carry it yourself, why me? And I added. From now on he carries your satchel too. Congratulations. Middling break. 5 caddies of braised ox head, 50 points. He held back tears by force and stalked ahead, kicking stones in vent. 20 minutes on we reached the school. Song Seun and Qin Xiaoxia waited at the gate. Song Seun, near to giving us up as late, had brightened at the sight of us. Seeing Qinzheng ahead under 2 satchels, aggrieved, and Xiaoyu beaming on my hand, she asked, What's? A boy should bear responsibility, start training young. In an age still feudal in thought, sons over daughters everywhere in the villages, my notion was rare. Her regard for me rose. Her sighed. Who'd have thought he'd think that way? Then, catching my eye, she startled at her own thought and dropped her head. Congratulations. Minor break. 3 chi of cloth coupon, 10 points. Still a glance. Don't stand about, class soon. Get Xiaoyu and little Zheng in. Qin Xiaoxia said, then grumbled. Sister Siyun waited here for you all morning, wouldn't be talked out of it. Song Siyun flushed deeper. Little chit. Nonsense. I was waiting for the twins. A cover that uncovered. Qin Xiaoxia, already leading the 2 in, missed it, leaving Song Siyun and me alone. She ill at ease. Her sighed. She'd dreamed of me the night before. Congratulations. Minor break. 10 eggs, 10 points. This time I'd done nothing. Not even looked. My eyes were on the twins going in. My mother had me bring you these. Thanks for getting the twins into school. I held out the basket. No need, she waved. Take it, or I'll be scolded at home. And if you'd ease my mind, look after the twins a bit more. I'll come for them at evening dismissal. Don't let them leave on their own before I'm here. Under my steady look, she took the basket. All right, I will. Thank Auntie Chui for me. I nodded and turned for the old forest. Master, learn some restraint. You can't go up every day. Surely a day's rest isn't too much? 2 days running now. And pheasant's nothing special anyway. De Huang yammered. I gave him 2 kicks when he quieted. Fool, prattle on, and I'll sew your mouth shut. Under my tyranny, he hushed and trailed me into the forest, tail tucked. Hunting's bad enough, but kicked at every turn. A dog's life is hard. I didn't hunt straight off. About 7, 2+ hours till the system's 10 o'clock, and first went to the Botsy River, where yesterday I'd set the fish cage with a crumbled meat bun for bait. I found the marker stick on the bank. There's a catch. By the weight. I quickened my hands. Fool, don't stand there, help. Master, I don't like fish. Do you like my fist? His legs trembled. He knows how hard I hit. And he gripped the cage in his mouth, hauling with me. Up it came, packed with crucian, carp, mandarin fish, willow root minnow, and hellenic. Out of water they thrashed, scales flashing. The joy of a harvest again. 30 or 40 caddies at least. The biggest was the mandarin fish, 7 or 8 caddies. One of the river's larger fish, fine-fleshed, good steamed. But the prize was the lennox. Only 15-odd centimeters, a catty plus, yet no less precious than the big mandarin. Firm, sweet, no fishy taste, called the king of cold water fish. In 2 lifetimes near the Xin'an, I'd eaten lennox exactly once. I was already planning an all-fish feast, crucian for soup, carp braised, willow root for fish paste. Master, give me a fish, De Huang said, swallowing grandpa dog at the memory of my threat. You don't like fish. A change of taste now and then. Speechless, a plain line goes sour in his mouth. Still, I tossed him a 2 catty carp. He sniffed, scorned it. I want that one, eyeing the lennox. The fool has an eye, but a dog being choosy forgets its place. Eat what you're given. I'll give you a grouse later at the hunt. Rare patience, since I'd lean on his nose. But he couldn't read the room. I want that one. A few kicks set him straight. The lennox he could forget. I willed the fish into the space. Live things can't be stored till level 10, but the freshness keeping handles them dead. Rebaited the cage and set it back in the river for tomorrow. 1 cage is fish freedom for the whole family. It had taken half an hour, just past 8, an hour to 10. Not idle. I took 2 pheasants, a grouse, and a hazel grouse. The dragon meat of the saying, dragon meat above, donkey meat below. Small as a hen pheasant, but far finer, needing no seasoning in the pot. Another dish for tonight. Bled and stored, I checked the sun. About time. System, where's my pet? Delivered, please receive it. My heart jumped, eager and tense, but I saw no animal, not even a hare. Annoyed at the wait, then a clear cry from the sky. I looked up, and my breath caught. A streak of white knifing across the blue. My eyes locked on it. A gerfalcon, a hay-donking. My voice shook. Of 360 feathered things, none so divine as the hay-donking. One of the most famous raptors. In a past dynasty, a single one could serve as a death pardon token. I'd read once that one could fetch an 8-figure sum. Could buy my life 10 times over. After waiting so long and near despairing of the system, this was a vast joy. Dog system, reliable at last. Host may try to communicate. Down, I said. Yes, master. Its voice in my head, and my unease turned to thrill. It dove, meteor fast, a near afterimage. A gerfalcon's dive tops 380 kilometers per hour, talons that headshot the locked quarry, then slowed at 100 meters above me, wheeling, a sky tyrant. Master, you've a new pet. Am I not your only one? De Huang, indignant. Of all, he felt the threat most, a sense of falling from favor. Congratulations, De Huang's composure broken, major. Reward, 10 big black 10s, 100 points. A major break off the fool, surprising. I saw the dejection on his dog face. Fool, I'll give you a grouse when we hunt. A sop, I want 10. A few kicks, and oddly he came out of it brighter, almost excited. A pervert dog indeed. Down again, I told the falcon. Yes, master, machine-like. Seeing my raised arm, it wing beat down and settled on it. I'd wrapped my coat round my forearm first, where those talons would have punched through. Snow white all over, even the talons, jade talons, the highest grade, about 3 catties, over 50 centimeters long, wingspan past a meter, female, by the voice. Unlike De Huang, it gave no sound unasked, only stood, turning its head, eyes sweeping, ready to strike. What a pet should be. Far more face than walking out with the dog. Open the pet panel. Pet, unnamed. Breed, gerfalcon. Speed 80, par 10. Intelligence 10, par 10. Defense 5, par 10. Attack 50, par 10. Talent. Vision share. Host may share the pet's sight for 30 seconds, once daily. Speed and attack far beyond the dog. Speed 6+ times his. Defense lacking, no surprise. But intelligence only 10? De Huang started at 30. So that's why she doesn't prattle. Not enough wit to. From now you're Xiaoqing. Yes, master. Instant indifferent. A dozen minutes on, De Huang, get it, a hair ahead. With Xiaoqing I'd not dropped the dog's training. The Xing'an's tall and dense, limiting a falcon's sight and movement, while the dog has no such trouble. One above, one below, smell plus sight. An all-round radar. Right, watch me, master. With the falcon as rival, his slacking aches vanished. Suits me. Competition. He fixed on the hare, for legs pumping. I held the falcon, ready. The hare bolted, and plainly the dog was slower, the gap widening. A sure failure. Xiaoqing, go. I threw her up, and her meter-plus wings beat hard, the steel like feathers distinct, the wind off them on my face. The gerfalcon's terrible speed unfurled, an arrow off the string, past the dog in a blink, onto the hare. The crossing of dog below and falcon above set my blood up. Yellow hound at left, gray falcon at right. The height of the hunt. Pity the fool's no use. She skimmed the hare's head, and it dropped mid-leap, momentum carrying it to the ground. Its skull punched through, bleeding. A plump 6 catty-plus hare, big for the forest. Bled, stored. Master, that silly bird butted in. I was about to catch it. Speechless. Catch it. With this dog you'd never catch a hare in a lifetime. I sent Xiaoqing. Then you butted in. A thorough beating, the falcon watching silent from a branch like a simpleton. The hare was only the start. By near 3 I had, with the dog and falcon team, 8 pheasants, 5 cocks, 3 hens, 6 grouse, 3 hazel grouse, 8 hares, no big game, but a fearsome count. I scarcely lifted a hand. The dog finds, the falcon strikes. De Huang took part, but past finding quarry his use was thin. In the open Xiaoqing, godlike sighted, even beat him to spotting. Still he panted, tongue out, eyeing me. I tossed him a hen grouse and tossed Xiaoqing another. She looked at it, then at me, a flicker of puzzlement in those sagacious eyes. Master, your grouse fell on the ground. It's for you, eat. Thank you, master. She got it and pecked at it. 2 pets, both oddities. Couldn't I get one halfway normal? Hungry now the hunt had stopped, I ate 4 of the meat buns from the space. Then De Huang's head shot up, nose working, alarmed. Master, I smell boar and wolf. My face went grave. My team was stronger now, but boar and wolf, the forest's true beasts, brook no carelessness. Stop eating. I found cover and hid, stowing the pet's half-eaten grouse in the space against detection. De Huang, fix the boar and wolf's position. There, 2 li off, southeast. Xiaoqing, go look. She flew out. 2 li is a blink for her. Found them, master. Open vision share. My sight blurred to static, then resolved. The falcon's view, high and looking down, dizzying at first. 30 seconds only, I studied fast. Below, a boar ringed by 3 wolves, an adult sow, no backmane, short tusks just showing, with 2 piglets at her side, a month-odd old. She'd been run here by the wolves. A sow litters about 6. Only 2 left meant the rest were already killed. The wolves pressed, the sow charged 1, and the wolves, high-witted, teamworking, dodged rather than meted, opening a lane. She broke through with the 2 piglets, and the wolves only followed, patient, meaning to drain her strength before the kill. The 30 seconds ended. My sight snapped back, head spinning, but no time to rest. The boar's flight was straight toward me. De Huang had said 2 li from my hiding spot. The sow, fleeing with piglets, was hitting a speed she'd not normally, maybe 45 kilometers per hour. By my reckoning, she'd reach me in a minute plus, the 3 wolves behind. Too late to run. My speed's nothing against boar or wolf. An all-out sprint is 300-odd meters a minute, and wolves, kin to dogs, keen-nosed, would find me. Normally wolves take hares and roe, low-threat prey. Even with boar they take piglets, not adults. But these 3 wouldn't let the sow go, starving, plainly, and a wolf that hungry might well make a man its prey. 100-odd catties, weak in attack, far tastier than boar. I don't fear 3 wolves, but rather than be hunted, better to lie hidden and strike at the moment. The wolves can mark me as prey, and I can mark them, and the boar too. My heart pounded, the risk and reward proportion in my mind. Take the wolves and the boar both, and it's a rich haul. Master, the boar and wolves are getting closer. Aren't we running? De Huang's voice shook with fear. Fair enough. Bred from grandfather's hounds or not. He'd been a watchdog all his years, 2 days a hunter, and couldn't catch a hare. Facing boar and wolf with the difficulty maxed, his not bolting outright counted as steady. Run? No, we fight. Master, that's a dog's death. I ignored him, eyes on the line of approach, the compound bow in hand. I'd studied the double-barreled shotgun overnight. With second shot, the gun's no trouble. but its report could draw the wolf pack that 3 wolves implied. The bow's safer. I raised it, ready to loose the moment a target showed. Xiaoqing wheeled above, tailing the boar and wolves, reporting live, better than any electronic eye. Master, here it comes. A minute gone, then the drum of boar hooves. The sow appeared, no piglets behind now, run down and killed in flight. The wolves accelerated, 3 of them leaping onto her, biting. She shook them off, avoiding the vitals, and stopped running. Piglets dead, herself bitten, the pain enraging her, snorting, eyes blood red, squealing. The boar's about to counter, and an enraged boar is most dangerous, attacks surging, pain immune, like a berserk. I lowered the bow. Master, you've given up the boar and wolves? Wise. De Huang, relieved, his one thought to crouch till they left. His little frame in that fight was suicide. Almost together, Xiaoqing. Master, go, I can't wait. Her voice all eagerness, a sharp cry, full of battle will. De Huang heard it and gaped. We're pets, no wages, why risk your life? I can barely talk myself out of it, and you're fanning the fire? Xiaoqing, low-witted but unimpressed by his cowardice. 2 pets, one a craven mouse, one a reckless brute. I glared at the dog. Stay put. To the falcon. Wait. Not yet. I waited. At last the maddened sow, last reason snapped, broke off the standoff and charged a wolf at top speed. Now. I raised the bow, the pulleys hauling the string back to the limit, and loosed. The kill time began. Thwack. The arrow a meteor, splitting air. 60 meters to the boar, within range. The always miss first arrow already spent. It struck the wolf the boar was charging, punching through. The boar's charge alone would scarce threaten the wolves. They'd dodge behind a tree, but my sudden arrow broke their rhythm. The struck wolf lost most of its movement and couldn't dodge. By the sow's size, over 400 caddies, plus speed, the charge's force topped 1,000. No tusks, but no small thing. The wolf was flung, a shrill whine, and lay still. Too fast for the other 2. Before they reacted, the maddened sow wheeled and charged another. The bow's flaw is slow reloading. I'd drawn the second arrow from the space, but had no time to knock. The wolf, sensing wrong, backed to flee, but I wouldn't have it. Xiaoqing, the wolf the boar isn't targeting. Yes, master. She'd been waiting. A raptor knows no fear, and dove, a gust over the wolf's head. It dodged, not killed, but left with bloody holes in its scalp and one eye burst. De Huang, go. Master, go. Unwilling but not daring to refuse. He ran at the wolf as I spent another miss arrow and knocked, drew, the pulleys groaning, and at the limit loosed, this time at the boar. As the string sang, Xiaoqing, having circled once, dove again at the last unhurt wolf, per my order. This was my plan. Use the boar to tie up the wolves, help her wear down the battle-strong wolves, and once 2 were down. The wolves' threat now weaker than the boar's. Turn on the boar. All showed up. None leaves. The frame held. The dog on the ground. The arrow in air. The diving falcon, striking together. My blood surged, the hunting gene open. Xiaoqing reached first, faster than the arrow. That wolf, having watched 2 comrades hurt and the boar charging, was slow with fright, and her jade talons pierced its skull, dead at a blow. Then the arrow took the boar, punching through. Berserk, it ran on bleeding, but its aim was off. It grazed the downed wolf and slammed a tree, leaves raining. Heavy blood loss and ruined organs spent it at last. It lay heaving, breathing out more than in. De Huang reached his target. The wolf Xiaoqing had hit, now broken-nerved, its eye blind, scalp bleeding, attack 1/10 of before. It could only bite at air. The dog, the Zhugu of dogs, didn't grapple but circled, striking when it could. The wolf couldn't keep up. Given time, he'd wear it dead. And now he was thrilled, his fear overcome, the heart of a hound fierce in him. A dog that won't be a hound is no good dog. Wolves are nothing. Then a white streak crossed his sight, and when he looked, the wolf's crown was torn open, dead as dead. Master, the silly bird stole my quarry, he reported, indignant. You're too slow, Xiaoqing said flat. What do you know, silly bird? That's technique. She didn't answer, flying up to scout per my order. Master, today it's me or that silly bird. Choose, her or me. Where the dog gets the courage to say that I can't fathom. Congratulations. DeHuang's composure broken, middling. Reward. 3 packets of harmless ripening agent, 50 points. Delight. I'd hoped for more of these. Since Xiaoqing came, the fool breaks far more often. I eyed him, weighing another nudge for more reward. When the wolf Xiaoqing had supposedly killed at a blow suddenly rose, fangs bared, and lunged at me. It hadn't died. Only the talon holes in its skull had knocked it out. Waking, knowing it couldn't flee, its savagery flared, jaws for my throat. A wolf's bite could sever my artery, and then nothing would help. My pupils shrank. I twisted my neck off the vitals, but my shoulder stayed in range. The next instant it could tear a chunk away, and a wound that deep, in this age of scarce medicine, easily turns to a fatal infection. Master, look out. DeHuang's urgent voice, and the next instant his yellow body leapt, slamming the wolf aside. The wolf that had been at my throat was knocked off, crashing down, more blood from its head wound, whining, unable to rise. Seeing me come fast with the arrow, it loosed a shrill howl. Bad. Wolves are pack animals. 3 implies a pack, and that howl was a signal. Without delay, I drove the arrow into its neck and ended it. Xiaoqing dove down then, sensing the trouble. I'm fine. Keep watch around, especially for more wolves. Tell me at once. Yes, master. Up she went. The wolf had bled much under her strike, so my arrow drew little blood onto me, just my hands, wiped on the ground. I looked at DeHuang, his legs still trembling, not over the fright. His act surprised me. I'd thought he'd be first to flee any danger, yet he'd saved me without regard for himself. DeHuang, well done. Rare praise. Master, then kick me a few more times. I'm now certain the fool has some peculiar bent, a request I won't grant. If the dogs developed some special feeling for me, that's the end of it. Then, from deeper in the forest, a howl, wolves, and not one, a spread of them answering, 20 plus by the sound. As I guessed, the forest holds a pack. The old one was cleared by the town militia, so this is newly migrated. Odd. Wolves keep fixed territory and don't move without great cause, but not mine to investigate. I quickly dressed and stored the boar and 3 wolves, dropping the thought of the dead piglets, and headed not home, but for the co-op. Pet attributes raised, midway, surprising, since this time there'd been no contact step with the pets, overturning my earlier guess, an unfathomable system. DeHuang's panel, speed 17, plus 5. Intelligence 43, plus 5. Defense 19, plus 5. Attack 22, plus 5 plus 5. Talent, enhanced smell, 2 Li, attack up 10. System Y2 attack gains. For successfully blocking the wolf's attack on the host at the last moment. As I'd thought, 5 seemed too few for saving my life. Still, I was pleased. The fool's no longer all weakness but wits. By the numbers he meets a hound's basic standard now. Master, I feel terrifyingly strong. Meet that wolf again, and I'd eat it in one bite. Don't boast. Not the leg-trembling dog of minutes ago. Xiaoqing's panel. Speed 86, plus 6. Intelligence 10, plus 0. Defense 7, plus 2. Attack 60, plus 10. Talent. Vision share. Intelligence plus 0. System, explain. Pet Xiaoqing acted entirely on instinct and host commands, with no other thought, hence no intelligence gain. The system's judgment is strict and never errs. Host should cease questioning. I glanced up at her patrolling per my order, so she truly hadn't used her head. I gathered myself and stopped musing. With the pet's attribute gains came my own. To my delight, my body was far stronger than at rebirth. No panel for myself, so I couldn't know the figures, but by my reckoning, with my speed, strength, defense, plus the kickboxing of my old life, 8 or 10 ordinary men would be no trouble. Today's haul beat the last 2 days. 34 caddies of fish from the Botsy cage this morning, dead, but stored fresh the instant they died, near as good as live, plus 10 pheasants, 5 grouse, for hazel grouse, 9 hares in the space. The boar and wolves I'd not sell at the co-op, their source too hard to explain. Even the pheasants I'd not sell all at once. I took the forest path again, Xiaoqing and DeHuang on watch against an ambush. Near town I packed 5 cock pheasants, for grouse, 5 hares into a sack, about 70 caddies. Only my strengthened body made it easy. Buy what? Same scene at the co-op, The clerk Lu Guixiang stitching an insole, asking lazily. Sister, I'm selling. She looked up. Oh, you lad. Caught more. I hefted the sack. So much. Congratulations. Lu Guixiang's composure broken, minor. Reward. 2 chi of cloth coupon, 10 points. Last time offer, it was 2 caddies of sugar coupon. Now 2 chi of cloth coupon. A thought struck me. Perhaps with a specific person the reward follows some pattern. She's the only one I've ever gotten coupon rewards off. I'd test it. Don't be so shocked, sister. This isn't 2 days like yesterday. How many? 1 day. She blinked. Congratulations, middling break. Reward. 10 caddies of meat coupon, 50 points. As I'd thought, the rewards do follow a rough rule per person, which made my father, all below the belt rewards, a puzzle. Selling. 5 pheasants, 17 caddies, 3 mao a caddy, 5 yuan 1. For grouse, 31 caddies at 8 mao, 24 yuan 8, plus 6 yuan for the 4 cock's tail feathers, 30 yuan 8 for the grouse alone. Her look at me had changed. Congratulations, minor break. Reward. 2 caddies of grain coupon, 10 points. Over a month's wage already, and 5 hares yet to weigh. A complex, understandable. Hares run cheaper, 18 fun a caddy. No surprise, they breed far faster than pheasant, and pheasant feathers export for foreign exchange, lifting the price. 5 hares, 28 caddies, 5 yuan 4. Near 41 yuan, I pocketed it. Nothing here I needed. I made to go. Lad, wait. Yes. You don't look very old. How old are you? An odd question. In this plain age, fine. 10 years later, it'd raise eyebrows. 18. She looked me over, nodded, satisfied. Married? I looked her over back. I don't care for older women. She seemed about 30, a co-op clerk, out of the sun, fairer and younger looking than the usual farm wife her age, but the years showed, and, flat as an airfield, small A's, not my dish. Congratulations, minor break. Reward. 2 caddies of oil coupon, 10 points. She shot me a look. Not me. I've a younger sister, 18 too. Close in age. Let me introduce you. She'd eyed my ability, 70 plus yuan in 2 days, a fortune even to her. Her sister marrying me would be a fine match, and she'd share the luck. What does she look like? Congratulations, minor break. Reward. 2 caddies of sugar coupon, 10 points. As I'd guessed, the per-person rule held. What kind do you like? She asked instead. Big chest, big bottom. She blinked. Master, there's one like that. The woman who got lost on the mountain fits exactly. De Huang slipped in. Shut up, fool, meaning Song Siyun. Congratulations, middling break. Reward. 5 caddies of salt coupon, 50 points. For a moment she felt I was needling her. Flat in front, flat behind. Lad, you can't judge only by such things. My sister's pretty. Pretty's no use. Lights out, all the same. Thin as a beanpole, holding her's no different from holding a man. Congratulations, middling break. Reward. 10 caddies of stamp coupon, 50 points. Under her reproachful eyes I walked out. Congratulations. 2,000 points reached, space upgrade condition met. Upgrade now. A heartfelt smile. My effort hadn't been wasted. Thanks to Lu Guixiang. I'd upgrade at home, not in town, lest something go wrong. Near the town's edge a few men blocked my way. Brat, remember your grandpa? Qin Baojian, malicious. Met him on the way out. The trip's complete. Yesterday's beating wasn't enough? Picking it up today? A glutton for it. Not the you who cried and called me daddy yesterday. Congratulations, Qin Baojian's composure broken, middling. Reward. 20 caddies of watermelon, 50 points. He raged. Little wretch, still cocky? We'll see how cocky soon. Brother Foam. That's him, do him today. The tall youth was Yufeng, a town hooligan, 22 or -3, big, near my height, for lackeys behind him eyeing me. Yufeng glared at Qin Baojian. I don't need you telling me my business. Qin Baojian shrank. Yufeng had no love for the idler. He'd only agreed for the 5 yuan Qin Baojian promised. A lackey stepped up. Brat, making trouble here, bold. Know who this is? Pointing back at Yufeng. I looked at Yufeng. Who's he? Looks like a punk. Decent face, some looks. Yufeng, outwardly cold, was pleased inside. Toes curling in his old cloth shoes. The brat's got sense. A few token blows later, And that's that. Sheen Baugen's no prize anyway. I went on. You wouldn't happen to be the legendary Punk Face? Punk Face. First I've heard, the lackey said. But it suits Brother Fong. He's the big Punk Face. We're the small Punk Faces. We're all Punk Faces. I near laughed aloud. Big Punk Face, small Punk Face. Never thought of that. A master here. Right, you're right. Master, where'd these idiots come from? Don't even know Punk Face. Yu Feng sensed something off, and it dawned on him. Congratulations. Yu Feng's composure broken, major. Reward. A triangular bayonet, 100 points. The lackey still preening. A sudden kick from behind flattened him. Who's the sneak? He started, then saw it was Yu Feng and swallowed it. Brother Feng, why hit me? Hit you? That's light. You're the big Punk Face. Your whole family's big Punk Faces. Congratulations. Lu Dague's composure broken, middling. Reward. 5 packets of State Banquet braised fish seasoning, 50 points. Bastard, little wretch, you dare make a fool of me. Lu Dague scrambled up and swung at me. His fist whistled, town-born or not. People here farm some, so there's strength in it, aimed at my head. But Yu Feng's eyes flew wide. I'd caught the full-force punch. Ow, ow. I squeezed, fingers like vice grips, and he howled. Yu Feng frowned, no longer scornful of the youth years his junior, a trained hand. But he'd not back off, a face to keep in town, so many of them. Scared off, he'd never live it down. All together, his 3 remaining lackeys charged, shouting like a battle charge, but a fight isn't won by who yells loudest. Master, I'll help. De Huang darted out, brave now, men are safer than wolves. Off, I've got it. I'd felt my body strengthen and wanted to gauge it. Good practice on these dolts. I let go and kicked Lu Dague in the gut. He dropped curled like a shrimp, sweating, down for a while. The 3 reached me, fists and feet, and in moments all 4 lay groaning. Lu Dague, middling, 3 iron shovels, 50. Wang Guangrong, minor, 1 umbrella, 10. Zhao Yong, minor, 3 caddies of cornmeal, 10. Wu Qianjun, minor, 2 caddies of steamed buns, 10. As the system says, direct force yields limited reward. These men nowhere near Qin Baojian. Qin Baojian, internally, thanks a lot. Yu Feng watched me, wary. Qin Baojian shrank. Brother Feng, get him. Yu Feng could have slapped him. The job was billed as roughing up some teen. No warning the teen was this good. 5 yuan wasn't worth this. Come on, I said. He gritted. Hit a steel plate today. Brother, today's our fault. I apologize. Give Brother Feng face. Let it drop. Anything you need from me, just say. He'd seen he was no match. What? Still Brother Feng. At this point, no read on the situation. Did he think we were negotiating? My fist was already there. I can't stand posturing. Congratulations. Yu Feng's composure broken, middling. Reward. 5 pairs of rain boots, 50 points. He resisted, hopeless as he'd judged. Brother, not the face. It's your Punk Face I'm hitting. Congratulations. Middling. 5 sets of camouflage, 50. He took more punishment than the rest, sturdier, fitting a leader. I turned to Qin Baojian, who panicked. I warn you. That was loud. Someone's surely seen. Run now, or it's too late. You, don't come near. Lad, don't be rash. We can talk. Easy, Grandpa. I'm sorry. Congratulations. Qin Baogen's composure broken, middling. Reward. 2 mouse suits, 50 points. A fine garment in this age, but not matching his potential. Yesterday he'd yielded a beast pet and 2 pairs of liberation shoes. He was already bruised, sprawled, and moaning. I didn't strike. Everything wants a limit. 2 days beatings on old and new wounds. I worried he wouldn't hold up. Not concerned for him. I just can't ruin the reward source. Sustainable development is the hard truth. Look at you, sad sack. I spat and left. Past 4, my strengthened speed would get me from town to Sanha by the hill path in about an hour, in time to fetch the twins. 10 minutes on, De Huang. Master, those Punk Faces are following again. With his nose he'd kept their scent. I frowned. They dare? Couldn't tell if it was courage or stupidity, just beaten and back for more. I truly didn't want to fight them. All cost, no return. But here they were, so I'd oblige. I kept my pace. Minutes later, panting, they caught up. How do you want it this time? Want to rest first? Don't misunderstand. We're not here to fight, Lu Dugaway said quickly. Then, brother, no fighting like no acquaintance. Your moves aren't an ordinary man's. If you'll have it, I'd swear brotherhood, and we'll make something of ourselves together in this world, Yufeng said. I blinked, sworn brotherhood? By the proper flow, the defeated party comes saying, if you'll not spurn me, Feng begs to take you as adoptive father. That's the correct procedure. Not interested. I'd no use for brother or father, and seeing no reward to farm, I lost interest in talking. Wasting another's time is robbery with murder. Seeing me go, Yufeng pressed, stepping into my path. I'll follow you. You're my big brother. Whatever you say I'll do, never a no. For a town figure it was no easy decision. He'd not know that decades on he'd recall it as the wisest of his life. I made to refuse. Then a thought. Do you know where there's a black market? I do. In the hollow behind. Opens nightly at 10, be big brother. First time calling anyone that. So I could get the black market off him. Don't call me big brother yet. Being my underling isn't so easy. This time I didn't refuse outright. Idlers like these can reach information ordinary folk can't. The 4 lackeys gathered. Want to be my men? First a 6-month probation. Perform, and I'll consider making you permanent. I'd lifted a later age company hiring system. It left them dazed. Problem? Object now and leave. Plenty would take your place. Compared to some heartless firms' year-long probation and 996, 6 months was generous. The 4 looked to Yufeng. Big brother, no objection. They all echoed, big brother. Don't call me that. I'm Huaqiang. Call me Brother Chong. I didn't give my real name. Useful but unstable, and if they made trouble I'd not want it traced. Besides, a Huaqiang sounds fiercer. They fawned, Brother Chong, a name that's anything but ordinary. We'll follow Brother Chong. East he says, never west. Under Brother Chong we'll make it big. Toe curling, Dragon King energy stuff. But they weren't wrong. Perform, and even my leavings could turn their lives around. Brother Chong, how do we reach you? You don't. Give me your addresses. I'll find you. On the road home my mood was complex. Today I'd gained the gerfalcon, a second pet, taken a boar and wolves, and picked up 5 bargain underlings. A full day. Master, those 5 punk faces are worse than me. Why take them on? Better spent chatting with the big bottom. A few kicks. Stop bringing up the big bottom and the punk faces. But the big bottom's your mother's word and punk face is yours. Neither's mine first. Speechless, a few more kicks, and he hushed. Further on. Master, I still don't get what those 5 dolts are good for. Rare patience. One person's strength is limited. Big things can't be done alone. There are no useless people. Only people who can't use people. Used right, anyone can do great work. He nodded, half getting it. Bridge, the thug sighed. Yufeng, complex. Lu Dagaway asked why he'd insisted on swearing to Brother Chong. You don't get it. He's plainly an ordinary man. Following him has a future. Yufeng said it, but it was half cover. He himself couldn't say what had come over him, like a spell, though he didn't regret it. And the probation, what do we do? Wang Guangrong, Brother Feng, Brother Gui, Qin Baojian set thugs on Brother Chong. So they've a grudge. We go rough up Qin Baojian again. And if Brother Chong hears, he'll be pleased. Might make us permanent. Yufeng's eyes lit. Clever, do it. Striving for permanent in the 50s, getting a decade's head start on the corporate grind. Congratulations, Qin Baojian's composure broken, middling. Reward, 5 caddies of fine rice seed, 50 points. Near Sanha, the ping surprised me. So long after, Qin Baojian broke again. Dog system, delayed rewards now. Used to its unreliability, I let it be. De Huang was with me. Shaoqing-eyed, ordered to stay near the old house. A gerfalcon brought into Sanha would cause untold trouble if seen. No one about. I packed buns, rice, braised pork cheek, pork liver, 2 roast chickens, 30 eggs into a sack, the old elm baijiu for my father not forgotten, and the mandarin fish, linnock, and 2 carp into another. Picturing my mother's reaction, I smiled wryly. A scolding's nothing if the family eats well. It won't cost me a pound of flesh. I shouldered both sacks home. Past 5, villagers still in the fields, the road quiet. No gossips at the village mouth. Odd to miss them. I'd brought the key. In the yard I set the sacks behind the main room door. The old clock read 5:50. School lets out at 6. Out again for the school. I'd meant to bring De Huang, but the fool had said he'd things to do the moment we entered the village and vanished. 10 minutes for 2 Li. School hadn't let out yet. The willows at the gate were budding tender green. Through the rusted iron gate, I could see beanbag game lines drawn in the yard's dirt. Memories particular to this age. Idle, I snapped a willow twig, worked the bark free of the core, pinched one end flat, and blew a low note just as the dismissal bell rang. The two sounds together writing this era's own page of memory. Students came out. The moment Xiaoyu saw me, she ran up. Big brother. Chun Zheng trailed slowly, 2 satchels on his back. Song Siyun came out with her books, scanning the gate. Finding my tall figure, she eased, then caught me looking and dropped her head. Recalling my dinner line and her dream, she tightened unconsciously. Congratulations. Song Siyun's composure broken. Minor. Reward. 5 caddies of sweet potato, 10 points. A break prodigy. I near gave her a thumbs up. She'd meant to slip off, too shy to greet me, then came over anyway. Xiaoyu gripped my hand. Big brother, I missed you. Gazing up, who wouldn't love such a sister? How was school today? School's good, I like it. Unlike later rebellious students, schooling here is a coveted thing, and it means no field work. I rubbed her head. I'll make you something good at home. Then to Chun Zheng, dawdling over, I changed face and frowned. Why so slow? Get over here. His side, used to the difference, still hard to take. Congratulations. Chun Zheng's composure broken, middling. Reward. 5 caddies of honey, 50 points. He pouted but quickened despite himself. Comrade Song. Thank you for today, I said, courtesy due. No trouble. Surprising, no break this time. Wait a bit, Xiaoxia's gone for the basket. The morning's basket to return. An awkward pause. I asked, how did the two do today? Touching her own ground. Her whole air changed. No more shy fluster. A teacher now. Little Zheng studies hard. Sharp at it. Strong memory. First day, and he recites old poems faster than children half a year in. Real talent. A pause, a small sigh. As for Xiaoyu, she slept most of class and kept asking me what good things you can eat from knowledge, what knowledge tastes like. Surprising, the lovely sister a dud at study, and the stubborn brother the Chun family's true scholar. I glanced at Chun Zheng. He snorted, head turned, haughty. Xiaoyu, oblivious, said brightly, Big brother, I dreamed of knowledge in class. Fragrant, tasty, just like your pork and bean thread yesterday. Qin Xiaoxia brought the basket. I turned for home without more talk, feeling rather like a poor student's parent called in.